Hey, SBG solution-based gang, like, share, subscribe. Say no to rim, brothers, mothers, fear and sell no good suckers. Hype him up, hype him up. Shouts out, Sharoon, Bracy in the waters. Wake up, morning show, salute, big dog, shout out to the lure. PH, give a salute, Brownsville, SBG solution-based gang.
Horrible. Let's go. Good day, everyone. How are we doing today? Hopefully y'all feeling good. You're feeling great. How about you? Make sure you tell me. No, communicate. Let me know what you're going through. I'll say I'm here for you. Yesterday was really good and wild, so we're going to continue it. And this is Fulio Friday, so, you know, we got to do what we got to do on Fulio Friday. We got to get it done. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know, what do y'all think? Do you think Nancy, we're going to find out. We're going to find out together if Nancy did the damn thing or not. Because for sure, at first, it definitely looked like Mr. Tatum was cooking DL Hughley. But later on, as the tape progressed, Officer Tatum, he got himself. He the more he talked, the more he communicated, the more he exposed himself. 100%. The more exposed that he is barely have any truth in him. He's just strictly going off the narrative, which is it's just a disservice to, you know, being a content creator. Like, why would you do these things? Why would you just blatantly lie? Why would you blatantly not tell the truth? Why would you go around all these corners to push an agenda? Why would you do something like that? It's just a strange thing to me. And clearly, you know, it's a great business model, that's for sure. Hey, baby girls, can you pass me the cocoa butter? And you gotta stay hydrated. Thank you. Appreciate you. Shout out to my baby girls. But man, people want to be biased so bad. They want to be against people so badly, and I do not understand it for the life of me. And I've been having technical difficulties all day, but it is all good. We will get down to the bottom of it. So again, certain things I can see, certain things I can't. All right. Let's go. Let's hit those likes. Let's hit the likes and the shares. All right. Okay. Oh, y'all ain't hit the like yet? Y'all tripping. Y'all are tripping. Why you didn't hit the like button? What's the issue? All right. Let's get into this whole situation. We also, hopefully, we could get down into the whole press conference as well. We'll see if we could get caught up into the press conference as well. The press conference was interesting. The press conference was interesting because it also proved again that Officer Tatum is just pushing out narratives and agenda, and nothing real is coming out that man's mouth, right? Again, Ben Crump was up there. Al wasn't even there, I believe. I'm not sure. But Ben, he didn't say anything that was race baiting. He just said, hey, we want the truth to come out. Simple and plain. The parents said they want the truth come out. Shout out to Ben Crump for also putting light on the other couple of cases that are very similar to these cases. Shout out to all the grandmas out there that keep on pushing. Fellas, we got to do a better job. We got to get up on we got to get off our, hey, fellas, we got to do better because these ladies are out here doing the damn thing. All right, so let me pull up the Nancy Grace video. Damn, that'd be crazy, Jay Villa. What's up, CJ? Good day to you. Hey, it's going to be interesting. We're going to see. We're going to see. They keep saying that, I guess now, even though Nancy looked like them, they're going to say Nancy is also. We're going to see. I don't know. We're going to find out together. We're going to break it down. We're going to have a good time. Y'all let me know when y'all ready to drop the link, when y'all want to have a discussion. Let me know. I got you, but make sure you got me by hitting that like button. That's how we have a more wild and more fun, more intelligent, get down to the stats, facts, and substantiate your argument. Yeah. Yeah, Villa. That's what we want to see. You know what I'm saying? We want to hit those likes. We want to get more people in the build, more people in the chat discussing these interesting situations, these interesting narratives. We want to break them down. We want to see what is truthful and what is lies, what is in the middle, what's objective, what is subjective. Let's get down to it. Let's break it down. Let's go, Nancy. Let's go. What up? Just some mid-class rhetoric. Good day to you. And make sure everybody that's watching the show, make sure you hop out the clouds, say good day, say where you're from. You know, let's communicate with each other. Let's get this jumping. Let's go. We got over 100 people. We need over 100 likes. Don't forget that. The like button is not if you like it. The like button say, hey, I was here. You just checking in. That is all. Let's keep it going.
File. Now, joining us, special guest, Brandon Tatum. You know him well. He's a former police officer with Tucson PD. That's what impresses me. What impresses a lot of other people is he is the star of the Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum, thank you for being with us tonight. Question to you. You interviewed, as we played at the get-go, several of Nolan's friends. Did they show you photos, videos, snaps of that day on Horn Island?
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for having me on. I interviewed.
Don't worry. We ain't going to let them hold us down. We ain't going to let them hold us down. No, Tatum, you are not getting off the hook. Absolutely not. We're going to get your ass cooked up too. Don't you worry about it. Let me see. Because I'm in a place where it's very difficult. Don't worry. Don't you worry about a thing. Yang, yang. And we're going to see. This lady is going to hold it. Hey, shout out to the ladies, man. Like, women have been showing how intelligent they really are. Oh, let me just, I got y'all. Give me 1 second while I figure out why this is going on. All my thing says everything is good. So let's get it together, internet. And let's press that. All right, get it together. And hey,
interviewed, as we played at the get-go, several
Okay.
of Nolan's friends. Did they show you photos, videos, snaps of that day on Horn Island?
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for having me on. I spoke to 4 of the boys that are originally accused of being involved in Nolan Wells' death. And they did show me a lot of evidence. I want people to be very clear with this. I spent my career putting people in jail. My career is based on getting justice for people who have been done wrong. I've never been a defense attorney. So me going out and doing this was to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. And in talking to these young men, the burden of proof is they're going to have to prove to me. I'm not going to listen to what they say out of their mouth. They're going to have to show me. And in many cases, they showed me videos of Nolan on the island. They showed me videos of the boat when they were getting towed out, which is consistent with, kind of similar to what the phone call was. I mean, they showed me pictures of them with Nolan. They showed me phone records of them calling Nolan's mom and all of the above. So they seemed very consistent. They seemed very genuine. And they also proved to me some of the things that they had told me in the interview that I had with them that I have uploaded on my YouTube channel.
Officer Tatum.
Yes, right, Nancy. You better get on his ass because all that shit was just blowing smoke up our asses. He didn't say a goddamn thing. He didn't say a damn thing. It's crazy. Oh, Rit, I just want to let y'all know, over here, it is the summertime and we give block parties. You don't even know what side of the coin I'm on yet, and you're already talking nonsense. Don't even know what side of the coin I'm on yet. We give block parties over here. Watch what you say. Keep your comments towards the damn content. Keep it towards the content. Keep it towards the topic. Don't make me Wimbyama block your ass. We ain't playing no games. I got you, Sam. Sam, before you tell me what to do, make sure you send me a goddamn 99-cent super chat or super sticker before you start demanding things, because your ass will get blocked too. Let's go.
Are you telling me that they had reception on Horn Island? Because many people are saying, well, the reason that there's nothing on Nolan's phone of that day, like there's no pictures, there's no snaps, there's no text, there's no anything, not because it was deleted, but because he didn't have reception. But you're telling me the other boys did have snaps, photos, videos, and reception?
Yeah, no, Nancy, let me clarify this for you. It wasn't that they uploaded this online. They showed me videos and things that they took from the boat during the outing on 4th of July. I was personally out at Horn Island. I rode out there on a boat, and I didn't have great reception there. And I left my phone in the boat when I got into the water and we were actually going out to do interviews.
Objection.
Ooh.
Objection.
Go ahead, girl.
You've been in court long enough to know you're going to get objections. You said you didn't have great reception, but you did have reception. Did you not?
No, there was reception there. It just wasn't great, and it wasn't great enough for people, in my opinion, to upload. You can make a phone call potentially, but you wasn't going to upload data to a social media account. Now, could people take the steps to do it if they're dedicated enough? Yes, but it doesn't appear that would have been a frequent thing, given the fact that you probably had 1 or 2 bars out there.
Nancy is cooking with hot grease right now. Make sure you are hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting that share button. We got over 600 people. We need over 600 likes. That was insane. The way how he was tap dancing up out of that question was absolutely masterful, Nancy. We see why you were such a great prosecutor. That was awesome. That backpedal right there, shit. Let's go, Nancy.
And I heard evidence of that. Not only did I see evidence of it when I went out there myself personally with my cell phone, when I listened to the CETO call You could tell that the call dropped out several times. It seemed like they were having trouble at times hearing each other. So it is consistent. And anybody that travel out there that have gone to the 4th of July celebration, they know that the reception is not very great. So the videos.
Wow. The backtrack is crazy. And shout out to fatigue is absolutely real. And hey, I told you, we do block parties here. Keep it to the topic. We are not talking about black fatigue today. What we are talking about is we are breaking down as a group the discussion between Nancy and Brandon Tatum. And now Nancy put him in a beautiful corner by asking him a simple question. And now he's backtracking a lot of things. Shout out to Nancy. Keep the pressure on and not have just a soft interview. And that's the problem that a lot of people had with Brandon Tatum and his interview with all those young men over in Horn Island. They feel like it was a little too soft. He wasn't pressing the case. He wasn't pushing any issues. And so himself, Brandon Tatum, he said himself that they vetted him and they knew that he was safe to communicate and talk to. So that's cool. Nick Lee, I'm not spreading any lies. I don't know what lie you heard. So I don't know what lie you heard. I didn't spread any lies yet. Actually, we are just reviewing the video and we going by what is being said and we are going to react together in real time. So just keep it on the topic, not just some other argument that you had somewhere else.
That they showed me in call logs were things that were not associated to social media, that they never posted on social media. It was, pictures and videos that they took on their phone.
Okay. Let me refine my question.
Ooh.
I take it from your last answer that the answer is yes, you had reception on Horn Island.
Ooh.
Yes, I did have reception on Horn Island.
Okay.
We just played that CETO call. It's 2 words, SEATOW, and it's kind of insurance that people have that are boat goers. And if you have a problem, CETO will come and tow you back to the mainland.
Okay.
They said they had a problem. They said they were taking on water.
Mm-hmm.
One of your takes is that all the chatter that we're hearing, wake up, Nolan, are you dead, Nolan, wake the F up, Nolan, could be referring to the battery, the bilge on the boat, that it's all unclear. Regarding the boat being disabled, apparently, it was not. Listen.
So first.
Woo! Let's go, Nancy. This is what I'm talking about. This is how you ask questions. Hopefully, he's able to answer it. So that's what's up. But I'm appreciating that she ain't going soft. She wants some straight up answers. And this is how we supposed to have this conversation. It shouldn't be nice and friendly. It should be very demanding and say, hey, this is what I see. Tell me what you see and move out all that goddamn fluff. That is what we need so we can get down to some truthfulness in this matter and stop with the goddamn narrative pushing. So shout out to Nancy asking a difficult question and then not only just asking the difficult question, she is also putting the information so they can go through it together. Shout out to this and giving him a opportunity to react in real time. So that's what I do like about this so far. She's giving him a clear opportunity to react in real time. Shout out to Nancy for that. Let's see how he reacts.
At 9:56 a.m., the boat leaves the original dock.
Okay.
It arrives at Horn Island at 11:14. So at around 4 o'clock, there is a call to the Coast Guard about the boat.
Okay.
NBC News got a hold of it.
We're sinking. Can you all please come?
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's on board.
Everybody's on board. So does that mean Nolan is on there?
We don't know.
Who was on that boat? At 4:31, the boat leaves Horn Island and it is towed approximately 3 miles, and then the tow ends. So after 3 miles, they go back to the original dock. Okay. They arrive at 5:44 p.m. So it looks like this is where Horn Island is, and this is where the original dock is that I am referring to. I looked it up, and El Camino Real Road is in Gulf Hills, Mississippi, which is right above Ocean Springs. So I'm wondering if this is the house where they got the phone. Now, the boat travels to Fort Bayou. At 6:06, the boat returns to the original dock. Then, from the original dock, the boat goes back to Fort Bayou, and then they go to the boat launch, and it is put onto the trailer and moved by the vehicle. Did they drop people off at the original dock, travel to Fort Bayou, pick somebody up, and go back to that original dock? And then from there, why was there an hour and 13-minute time gap? This boat was sinking hours before, and then they're just having it docked for an hour and 13 minutes. You would think they'd want to get that boat out of the water ASAP.
Woo! God damn, Nancy. Sheesh. Nancy is cooking with fire. Make sure we stay respectful in the goddamn chat. Let's keep it going. Make sure you hit the like. We got over 900 people in the chat. Make sure we have over 900 likes. Make sure you are hitting that like button. No, I did not say ask. I said ask. Don't be correcting my grammar, sir. Shit. Open up your ears and listen. Maybe you can't hear syllables between ask and ask. Let me slow down. Maybe I speak too fast for you. Maybe you listen a little fast. I won't have to slow down for you.
That from the real TikTok detective. That from the real TikTok detective.
ASAP.
That from the real TikTok detective.
That is a crazy name. The TikTok detective is absolutely insane. That is hilarious. However, we got to get it how we ever got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it seems like we, the people, right? We are doing a stronger job than the people that is paid to do the damn thing. That's the beauty of this situation, is that the more we communicate, the more that we are out there grinding, the more that we are communicating on this case, more things are coming out in a positive and a productive manner. And that is highly important. But TikTok detective is funny.
The boat wasn't sinking. They told Cito it was sinking. What's the truth? Was it sinking and they repaired it? Did they have a leak and they repaired it and kept on SOP? Brandon Tatum joining us, former cop, now star of the Officer Tatum. Did the young man explain those travels we just identified?
Yeah, 100% they did that. I wish that people on the internet would have had an opportunity, and they can go look at the interview that I did with Warren, but they had an opportunity to actually talk to these young men to get this in perspective, because some people have no idea how boats function and how they work. They explained to me, they took me on a boat and showed me exactly where they went, where they docked, where did they, stop at, how did they get the bilge pump and the water out of the boat, and all of the above. So they were sinking. They were taking on water. The water came up high enough that the batteries weren't working. They had to get a tow to kind of tow them out, where you could see the young lady saying about 3 miles out. It's a complicated boat's jargon, but they ended up getting the boat out. They ended up getting it to the point where they could run the boat, run the water out of the boat through a hole in the boat that they ended up plugging. They explained all this. Anybody that does boating know exactly what they're talking about if you hear them explain it on the interview. So they have an explanation for all of these things. And not only that, Nancy, they showed me video of them on the boat, and Nolan was not on the boat. Nolan was not on the boat log.
Come on,
and there are people who saw Nolan on the island closer to around 6 p.m., which is far after they left, far after this phone call was made. I saw text messages from the young lady that Nolan was with, the young lady named Katie. I saw her text messages. In her text messages, she say
This man is not answering anything of importance. He's not answering anything of importance at all. We need to get it together. We need to get it together. Stop playing around and communicate properly. What is it that they showed you? Where is the evidence that they showed you these things? Where is the evidence that they took on all this water? Where is the evidence of it? Because of what we just seen for the GPS is not, and it doesn't correlate to what you are saying, sir. It's not in correlation to what you're saying. Shout out to the over 1,000 people that's in the chat. Make sure you're hitting that like and the share button. If you have 99 cents, please send your goddamn super chat. I appreciate it. We need more likes. Hit the like button. Thank you.
That she heard the boys yelling for Nolan to get on the boat. He did not. She said in her text message that she did not see Nolan get on the boat he came on, which was Wyatt's boat, which is the boat that was sinking and they ended up leaving on. So it wasn't just a statement that they made on a podcast. They were actually showing me evidence to the contrary of what the mainstream YouTubers and some media outlets are putting out to people at large. And so I wish that people would go watch the interview or at least take some time to listen to these boys' statement. And I'll say this, Nancy, too. I wish that the family would have taken the time, or at least Benjamin Crump would have taken the time to reach out to the lawyers or reach out to these young boys to get their statements so they're not wasting their time sending everybody on a rabbit trail when they could have just talked to these boys. And they could have, but they refused.
So so you did that work, right? So now, can you please point us into the right direction? Why is it that you want Benjamin to go out there and speak to these guys? But what about the goddamn Mississippi law enforcement itself? They are the one, that is their job. And if we wasn't on our job communicating about this situation, it wouldn't have blown up the way how it is. So shout out to all of us freedom fighters and freedom thinkers out there that's willing to keep on pushing this case forward. So this way people can join forces in there, right? We got Byron. I did a video on it earlier. You could go check that out. That he donated, Byron Allen, he donated 100,000. We got Tyler Perry picking up for the funeral. We got other individuals pouring money and resources into the situation so they can ship the body and do their own research on their son's body and find out things. They are also holding information from us. Maybe the prosecutor in Mississippi got enough information to take it to a grand jury. That is also a possibility. But Officer Tatum, you have not answered any questions. You just blowing smoke up people's asses right now. And it's disgusting, sir. Answer a goddamn question.
Because I saw a message from Warren where he called Nolan's mom twice.
And again, no proof of this. He's just talking. He has no proof of it. Can you turn the fan on, please? Thank you. You have not showed us any proof of this whatsoever. Please give us some evidence. If they're able to show you, that's good. Thank you. Then you should be able to show us. Now you're trying to act as if the mother was withholding information. Now you're trying to act as if the mother didn't care about her own child. He is not an officer. His name is Brandon. He left that job long time ago. He left that long time ago. And your job right now is to hit the goddamn like button because that don't make no damn sense.
I've seen messages from Warren's stepmother, Ashley, where she sent Nolan's mom a text saying, please reach out to me whenever you're ready. I would like to talk. Other parents I saw messages from who reached out to Nolan's mom saying, we need to talk. Can we talk? I'm available if you need to talk to us. I do not understand at this point why Benjamin Crump would go out and put misinformation out online when he had the availability to talk to these kids and clear these things up like I did before he presented this to the public. We also reached out to Benjamin Crump 4 times. And on the 5th time, they come back and tell us that the family is not doing interviews. We didn't ask to talk to the family. We asked to talk to the attorney, Benjamin Crump. Why? So we can come together as a community and solve what happened to Nolan Wells.
And this is when you being a goddamn BS artist. What do you mean? What community you talking about? Because from what I understand from you, Tatum, is that you separate yourself from our so-called community. You call people like Benjamin Crump. You said it. I heard you say it. We went over it yesterday. You said it, sir. You said that the man can't even read, even though he's an attorney. You lied on Al Sharpton. We heard you lie on Al Sharpton, saying that he said something that he clearly did not say. You took it complete. You lied. And all we want to know is why. Why are you lying on people and then trying to act like you're a part of some kind of, you want to be a part of some kind of group? You are that is crazy. That's insane for you to act like that.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey.
It's just congratulations on 8,000 subs. Shout out to the vertical chat. Yeah, shout out to the vertical chat. We got over 1,000 people watching. Make sure you hand that like button. We appreciate you. The like button is not necessarily that you like the content. The like is to say, hey, we are here. Our voices are being heard. It doesn't matter what side of the coin you on this topic. As long as you substantiate your argument, it is all good. Shout out to High Sky with the gold coin. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's jump back into it. Let's get it. Let's get it together. Make sure y'all doing y'all job. I'm doing my job. It is time for you to do yours.
Not create and stoke division, which is what I've seen
Mr.
from
Tatum,
Benjamin Crump.
That is exactly what we're trying to do. And I hear everything you're saying. And, you know, I think like a prosecutor. My main goal is to find the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells. And one thing I cannot get away from is the medical examiner. I'm trying to get to tonight's news, which I'm going to get to. But, you were seeing a video from WLOX. Speaking of sinking, is at an alleged issue with the boat bilge. Well, Randy and Bunny on TikTok have their interpretation of that. Watch this.
Go ahead, TikTok. Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
That from Randy and Bunny on TikTok. Joe Scott Morgan.
God damn. Not live video footage of what they are actually experiencing, right? So she was just demonstrating how it can be ankle deep, and if it's past the bilge pump, right, the bilge pump is already at ankle deep. So if it's above that and then it's at your ankles again, then we can have an understanding of what is actually going on. Good day to you, Corinne Mackey, and shout out to all the mods in there. You might be busy today, especially if you jump over into the vertical stream. You're going to be busy because people are trying to do things. And shout out to her for just showing what it looks like for people that do not understand what it is like being on a boat. Shout out to that TikToker. And this is what I'm saying, that a lot of people are just out there giving out information, and you, depending on what your position is, you decide on what side of the fence you on. That video did not say yay or nay at all. Shout out to the Titan Wiles with the $11 super sticker. Thank you so much, sir. He says you're not going to get one up on me. Thank you so much. Somebody out there, make sure you do a super sticker that's at least $12 or more and tell Shadow, kiss your behind. There we go. Shout out to Conversation with MJ. Congrats, Sharon. I was just getting used to the do-rag and gloves. Gone too soon. Thank you so much, MJ. Shout out to Kamal High Skies with the gold coin. Salute to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let's keep this chat going. Keep hitting the likes. Let's keep it moving forward.
And very quickly, before I can get into why the family believes they need subpoenas to social media giants to get the truth about what happened to Nolan's phone, anybody can say anything after the fact.
Shout out to Jay
Those
Villa.
boys may be innocent. They can look like choir boys, angels now, but I still don't know what happened on that boat, and I still see conflicts. Can they be?
Whoo! Was she just rapping? What happened to Tatum? She just kicked his ass off? Damn. I wanted to see him talk some more shit. Okay, he comes back. All right, cool. He comes back. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where this goes. She kicking his ass, though.
Reconciled? I hope so. But until they are, we're on it. This is what I can't get away from. Control room.
Okay.
Please show Joseph Scott Morgan.
Yeah.
The autopsy.
Yeah.
Diagram.
Yes.
Of the victim's occipital bone. Okay.
Come on.
I don't care what anybody says.
Let's go,
I do
Nancy.
not care if an archangel lands on this anchor desk. If he lies to me, I'm using handcuffs for his wrists and a rope for his wings. You hear me? Look at that again. Put it back up.
Yeah, let's put it back up.
What is that? Has deep reddening subcutaneously on the back of his head. Nowhere else. It's not on his neck. The back of his neck anyway. Don't see it on the back. Don't see it anywhere else on the body. So I really don't want to hear a
Man, this is really scary. This right here shows that for sure someone, somehow had something pressing on, pressing on the back, of his head, keeping him submerged, most likely underwater. That's what it looks like to me. Somebody is submerging you underwater. And he was violently, possibly trying to fight his way out to breathe again. No, football injuries don't happen like that. A football injury would be something more of a whiplash. This is not that. And football season was over, sir. We are not in football season. This is in July. Nobody's playing football in July. What up, Otis? Who? So no, it don't got nothing to do with football, most likely. It seems like someone did something. Who that someone is yet to be determined. Hopefully, Officer Tatum, he knows because he said he got the evidence.
Same explanation that it's lividity of the blood sinking to the back of the body. Number one, the body was on its face. But that said, they kept the neck and the lungs. Lungs to see if he drowned, neck Why would they keep his neck? I can't get away from this, Joe Sky Morgan, and I don't care how angelic the friends appear, and they may be angels. I don't know that yet. But you can't get away from this, Morgan.
No, you can't, and we can't get away from it until the investigation is concluded on the part of the state medical examiner's office and the authorities in Mississippi. And I can promise you this, as the day is long, they're not going to release this information because it's an ongoing investigation. I know everybody wants it. Now, what we do have is a second view. We've got a second set of eyes on this from a highly accomplished forensic pathologist, I might add, former chief medical examiner for DC. And he went over Nolan's body very, very thoroughly. And he in his statements relative to this.
Shout out to them going through this part thoroughly. Shout out to just some mid-class rhetoric. Mammy J, pour it up and block them out, Grandma. I'm not sure that was a sarcastic or that was being productive. It was a strange way, but thank you for the $2. Make sure y'all hand that like and the share button. I really appreciate everybody that's hitting that like and the share button. And if you have anything 99 cents or better
area states that he cannot make heads or tails of it at this point in time because it's compromised. This area I'm referring to in the occipital area of the head, because it has been compromised through decomposition. Now, he did a multi-layered dissection, and what that means is layer by layer, the skin, sub-Q fat, down through the muscle, which had not previously been done in this manner, according to him. I don't even know if it's annotated in the state medical examiner's report because it hasn't been released yet. They're still waiting. It's pending multiple things. How many times have we heard this over the years? They're doing their own histological studies, which means the tissue samples. And also the big part to this, Nancy, is going to be the toxicology. And we know that takes some time. And it's not just going to be about alcohol. It's going to be everything in the spectrum.
Good. It's going to be about everything in the spectrum, even though Brandon Tatum, he already knows. He said he knows 100% sure that drugs and alcohol was involved. He said he noticed he don't need no toxicology. So I want to know, for the people that's talking all this crazy, how do you feel about Brandon Tatum saying that he doesn't need the toxicology does because he knows 100% before, because he got so much good information that he believes at a 100% clip, because the person that told him that Nolan was out there with that white girl, and I ain't talking about on his arm, I'm talking about in his nose, because everybody knows. All the girls standing in the line at the bathroom. All the girls standing in the line at the bathroom. That's what they said Nolan was doing. He said he had lines on his skin, and it was black and white like a zebra. That's what he said. But he has no proof, because it is no way that he can say that 100%, even though he claimed he has 100% assurance that it's going to come out. That's a wild accusation. Tatum, that is a wild accusation. But hopefully we'll get the toxicology test soon.
Or a homeowner, you probably thought, should I call American Financing to refinance and pay off? American has not a credit card. Be zero.
Okay, Nancy.
About average $7.
Shout out to
understanding
that.
All but
polygraphs. Good luck.
Okay.
Back to Officer Tatum, star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube. Have the friends taken polygraphs?
Ooh.
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph, and from what was told to me, that they all passed. And all of the ones that took a polygraph took one without a lawyer. And they cooperated with law enforcement. So from my understanding, everybody took a polygraph test. Why do you say that's
from what you understand? Did they tell you they took a poly and passed?
They yes, ma'am. They told me that they
Great question. Again, exposing him pushing out narrative from what he understands. So he haven't seen it. And he also said they passed the polygraph. What does that mean? All that means they told the truth. But do you know what questions was asked, sir? Do you know what questions were asked, sir? Let me make sure I enunciate. Let me make sure I pronunciate. Ask. Do you know the questions that was asked? Before you talk about they pass a polygraph, and matter of fact, you don't even know because you haven't seen the questions, and you are going by word of mouth, sir. Let me make sure I say it again. Ask.
Get it? I wasn't there. So that's what I'm saying from my understanding. They told me that all the boys except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. All of them did not have lawyers and did it and cooperated with police. Warren also cooperated with police. I just believe he didn't take a lot to take the test, but Warren is the young man that I interviewed. So according to what they told me, they all took a lot of tech tests and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lot of tech test. It's not a traditional lot of tech test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to.
Wow. Wow. So now we find out that it's not even a lie detector test. Now we find that. Oh my God. Now we are seeing that it's not even a goddamn lie detector test. Excuse me, sir? Excuse me, sir. Sir. Let's bring that back.
Told me they all took a lot of tech tests and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lot of tech test. It's not a traditional lot of tech test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to if a person is lying. I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lot of tech tests. It's a different methodology. Yeah, I don't believe it was a polygraph test.
Come on, bruh. That is insane. That is insane. I sent you $5, but it's not showing up, man. Thank you for the thought, though. Maybe somebody else will send the $5 for you. Thank you so much. But shout out to, okay. Also, we got Shadow, the Titan Wise, with the $21 super stick. He says, no. Nobody's going to one up on him. So now I know somebody is going to send a $22 super chat or more. Let's get it. Let's go. He said he put a challenge out there for somebody to match him. He put, hey, whatever you put, I'm going to put one above it. Shout out to Shadow, the Titan Wasp. I ain't see your $5, ma'am. But thank you for the thought. I appreciate that.
I believe they took other stressors in order to analyze if the people were telling the truth or not.
Did they take a polygraph would be no.
Well, yeah, I think it could be semantics because
no.
Well, yeah, I think it could be semantics.
No.
Well, yeah, I think it could be semantics.
No.
Well, yeah, I think it could be semantics because
no.
Well, yeah, I think it could be semantics.
No.
Well, yeah, I think it could be semantics.
No.
Well, yeah, I think it could be semantics because they took a test to analyze whether or not they were being truthful.
Oh, damn, that boy. Oh, no. It would be no, sir. That's what the answer would be. It would be no. Shout out to the gold coin. Yes, sir. Ma high sky. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, man, that boy was dancing like a mug just now. What? God damn. That boy was dancing just now, boy. I tell you.
I think it could be semantics because they took. Well, yeah, I think it could be semantics because they took a test to analyze whether or not they were being truthful in their statements, and that certified test, they passed it. It just wasn't considered a traditional polygraph. I think it's a more advanced way of doing it.
Brandon Tatum.
Hold on.
In a nutshell, Joe Scott, there is a difference between a polygraph, which measures all sorts of body signals, your sweat, your breathing, your heart, your blood pressure, all sorts of things, and an audio verification test. Big difference.
Yeah. So the audio is, you're looking for stressors in the voice, and these people are highly trained that do this. And look, you know how the courts feel about these tests. Are they admissible or not? But I think that, going to Brandon's point, the fact that they have taken these, at least those named allegedly have taken these, according to him, I think that that's significant. Now, whether or not that this is going to be usable, a usable investigative tool, is hard to measure.
Thank you. That is the real conclusion. Like, you bringing up this lie detector thing, it's no evidence for it. It's not something that you could bring into court. So it's null and void. Like, seriously. Like, come on. We know that's not evidence. We know that is not evidence. I don't know why we're going to act as if it is evidence. The Cash App is somewhere in the chat. Make sure you show your boy some love. Buy me some water so I can stay hydrated. I need some money for this Stay Hydrated Fund. How about that?
I didn't ask you if it's going to be used in court. That's a whole nother animal. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. Okay, there may never even be a court case. First, I got to find out what happened to Nolan. Okay, so let's not put the cart before the horse. You've got eye detections tests. I don't put any stock in that as to whether somebody's lying. You've got nonverbal communication experts claiming they can tell. You've got brainwave analysis. You've got all sorts of things. I want a poly. I'm not saying they did anything or they didn't do anything. Okay. Go, strap up, take me a poly. Officer Tatum, star of the Officer Tatum on YouTube. I've been told, but I can't verify, that the boat in question has been searched by scent dogs and cadaver dogs. Is that true?
Oh, I'm not familiar if that's true. Let me just clarify. The test that they took was a voice stress analysis.
Ah, damn, not a voice stress analysis. It went from lie detector test. Thank you, Malini Walker. Thank you so much. Truth for knowing. Now I got your $5. Thank you so much. That is the main thing, is that we need to just get the truth for Nolan. No matter what it is, we need to just we need to be leaning, going towards, walking towards, we need to be getting to the truth. That is the main thing. No matter what it comes out to be, we got to deal with it when we get there, but let's get to the truth. Simple and plain. So now we understand. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means tremendous. Shout out to Virgo girl. You keep it 100. You heard those people coming. I hope you can run. I hope you as real as you say. I hope you as real as you say you are. Let's keep it 100. I heard those people coming. Yeah, we coming. Yeah, you better keep it. I hope you as real as you say, because we want the truth. Straight up. But he is getting exposed right now that he is painting narratives as if they did a lie detector test, and they did not. I'm glad she asked the right questions. That's because she is knowledgeable to ask the proper questions. Salute to Nancy.
Test. instead of what we call a traditional polygraph test. But I'm not familiar with the cadaver dog searching the boat. I wasn't informed that that was the case. But I was told by the boys that they did not wash the boat off or do any of those things that they were accused of doing, after this incident.
Right.
And I say, based on all the things that I've heard, it appears that they've been very truthful with me. And law enforcement. They've already communicated with law enforcement very early on.
Okay, Officer Tatum, coming from you, I do give that credence because you were a Tucson PD. I've had people sit down, look me right in the face and lie, and they are so convincing. So I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know what happened, and that's why I really resent people suggesting the investigation be shut down. We're not doing that until we know what happened. Officer Tatum interviewed multiple of the young men on that boat. Now, let me address what's happened in the last hours. The family is not buying what they are saying, that nothing was deleted. They're not saying they're lying. They're not saying they're telling the truth. They have hit social media giants with subpoenas once and for all to get everything there is to get about Nolan Wells Digital. Okay, straight out to Dr. Jim Jones joining us out of Virginia. Dr. Jones, cybersecurity digital forensics expert, digital forensics program director, associate professor, George Mason University. Okay. Can't argue with that. Okay. Dr. Jones.
Let's go,
What will the evidence reveal? Let's just start on Nolan Wells's cell phone. Let's start with Snapchat.
Sure. So on his cell phone, any images taken for whatever app are going to be stored locally, at least temporarily. So Snap is one of those apps that deletes the picture afterwards. The key here is that when digital files are deleted, the data does not immediately go away. So the data is left intact, at least for fractions of a second, sometimes hours, days, weeks. So what they'll find, assuming that they have access to the unencrypted data on the phone, is they will find bits and pieces of old text messages, videos, pictures taken, and that might reveal something that they can timestamp to the event in question, yet the picture is not still in the active files. That would suggest a deletion.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Let me see, Jones.
That is some good information. And hopefully we get that information very soon, because that is very important to find out what was going on, because we need to understand if he have a lock on his phone and messages was deleted after, if photos was deleted after, if videos were deleted after, how did you get into the phone? Because we heard the young man say on Officer Tatum's interview, we did not go into his phone. We do not know his password. So if anything in his phone is deleted, that again suggests foul play. Let me drink some water. Keep me hydrated. Make sure you hit that goddamn super chat, Cash App, PayPal, any of those things. If you don't know what it is, goddamn. You understand? So that is very important. It's very important because we need to know if his phone was tampered after. Did you get into his phone? Is this a face recognition ID? That means you had the body after. Because if it's face recognition, hey, that is damaging. If it's facial recognition, that is, man, we need to get to the bottom of that. We need some clear answers on if things was deleted. We need those type of answers. Come on.
Jones, I'm just a trial lawyer. I need you to explain carefully what you just said. Let me ask you some pointed questions. Snap is different, very different. Hold on, doctor. Let me go to Tanya Jordan. Chief Parent Officer at Bark Parental Controls, author of Parenting in a Tech World. Snap is a whole nother can of worms. The other night, example, my son and I, John David, we both love Kung Fu. We're watching the ultimate,
that 911 call is crazy.
Ip Man. And I fell asleep. It was 2:00 in the morning. I woke up and I looked at him. He's furiously on his phone. And of course, that raised the red flag.
I guess
Why
that's
is your
why
son on the
Tatum
phone
loved
at
this
2
case.
a.m.? I said, son, what are you doing? And he said, I'm responding to a snap. I'm like, let me see. Who's snapping you at 2:00 in the morning? It's some freaky dude in his underwear on the other side of the world. He went, gross, number one. And he said, they disappear. Okay. Snap. What is it?
That was crazy, Nancy.
Snap is an app that was developed to send disappearing nudes many years ago. So it's wilder today. Now,
I had no idea that's what it was designed for. I had no idea Snapchat was designed so you could send nudes and it would disappear. I had no idea. People are way freakier than I ever known. I had no idea. I'm so goddamn green. I did not know Snapchat was a way for people to send XXX pictures of themselves without the person keeping a record of it. I had no idea. What in the hell? Thank you so much, T Pretty. My ass is dumb as hell. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm dumb as hell. I'm slow as hell. And I'm green as hell. I had no goddamn clue that's what Snapchat was designed for. That is news to me. Goddamn.
flock to that app, and parents allow it. Myself included. I regret letting my son have that app. So now fast forward to today. Children think that this media disappears because that's the user interface presented to them. But the media does not disappear. Children sitting on either side of them can take a picture with their phone, and that data lives on Snap servers because, as we know, law enforcement has had a heck of a time subpoenaing them and getting access to it.
Okay, that's gibberish. So, does a snap disappear?
Yo, Nancy be having smoke. She said, that's gibberish. Shout out to Shadow the Time Wise. No worries. Snap keeps the records. I like it. I like it. So Snapchat got all y'all freaky ass pictures. I'm glad my old head ass ain't never been out there sexting. Now, I know somebody in the Snapchat office got me in the camera, got a picture of me like this. Somebody on Snapchat, I'm glad that nobody on Snapchat got a picture of me like this. Oh shit. Yo, I'm glad I'm so old and so green and so honest that, hey, look, you'll never see me in a goddamn Snapchat archive somewhere. I'm sorry, that's just crazy. Oh, all right, Summer Girl. Before you start giving me demands, Summer Girl, make sure you send a goddamn super chat, Cash App, or PayPal before you start giving me goddamn demands. Yes, it is trigger words. There's certain things you can and cannot say because YouTube do not play. AI do not play.
A snap appears to disappear to a user. So if I send a snap, and let's say, Nancy, you send me a snap. When I open it up, it disappears from my view. But that media, that photo, that video that you sent me, it is still alive in Snap's ownership.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad nobody over in Snapchat got some video of me. I'm glad. Shout to Taiwan. It's how the fappening happened both times. God damn, what the hell is the fappening? I have no idea what the hell the fappening is.
Okay, so what that means to me as a trial lawyer is I can subpoena it and I can see it.
Yes.
Okay, that made perfect sense. Now I get it. So my son is telling the truth that it disappeared.
Yes.
To him.
To him.
But not to Snap. Okay, all right. What about WhatsApp? That doesn't disappear.
Ooh.
Correct. WhatsApp does not disappear, but WhatsApp is also purported to be encrypted. So Meta moved in a very big disappointment to anybody who cares about child safety.
So let me set some records straight to Taya Mambuza. On this channel, we are not doing that. So I understand that there's other channels that might be doing that, but please have your anger directed at the right people, Taya Mambuza. On this channel, we are not. On this channel, we want to just get out the evidence as much as we possibly can. And hey, be respectful. All right, if you don't want to be respectful, we just have a block party. Simple and plain. I understand on other channels, people say crazy things, and I get it. So people is really upset about that. But over here, that's not the case. Over here, we are going through the evidence together. So you need to get it together. Stop trying to bring things from other chats to over here where I have no idea what you are talking about. If you are going to say that anybody that's playing the Nolan Wells case is goddamn race baiters, then therefore Brandon Tatum himself is a race baiter too. So make sure you say that as well. Shout out to Time Wise. WhatsApp has end-to-end, but one node is WA server. Shout out to Shadow. I don't know why you know these things, but good for you. Well, you don't gotta tell everybody. Just go about your damn business. Peace out. Block party. This is the summertime. We give out block parties in the summertime. It's okay.
To make WhatsApp end-to-end encrypted. So good luck to law enforcement trying to get anything that happened on that app.
To Dr. Jim Jones, digital forensics expert, associate professor, George Mason University, program director, on and on. Dr. Jones, like Nolan's mother, find it very unusual that Nolan, for a period of hours, there's nothing. He is a prolific snapper, Insta, you name it. There's nothing there. I got a problem, number one, of him separating himself from the phone. But no teen does that. Nobody does that. But if he's out in the water, he may leave it on the boat so it doesn't get damaged.
Let's get the likes up,
but
y'all.
I find it hard to believe that he left the boat, leave with it and his keys, and that he wasn't taking pictures and on the boat on the way out there. Where's all that? That's human behavior, which is not your forte. But Dr. Jones, explain to me what these subpoenas mean. Dr. Jones, from what we are learning in the last 24 hours, Nolan's family demands all IP addresses associated with his accounts, all communications, chats, posts, stories. You can explain later to Tanya what is a story, and all other information.
Okay.
The phone is critical because there's nothing on it for the critical hours. Subpoenas issued in the last hours to Snapchat, WhatsApp, TikTok, Meta, all Meta platforms, and all location tracking platforms, including Life 360. Okay. Doctor, what does it mean?
Great question, Nancy. She delivered some really great questions, and I could learn a lot from the way how she questions. That was really good. Conversation with M-Day. We sure did luck out, Sharon. No evidence, no crime, no case. That's why my honey bunny got a kid's phone. Everything is controlled through me. He can download the app unless I approve. Salute to all the diligent parents out there. Salute to that, MJ. We're going to get to the bottom of this joint. Shout out to the Petty Wasp. I mean, shout out to Titan Wasp with the $11 super sticker.
So what they're trying to do is find everything that was pushed up to the servers. And as Tatiana pointed out, some of this content is encrypted as it goes through the servers, so that they won't be able to see the content on the server, but they'll have a record that an image or a video or a message came through. So what I would be looking at is I would compare what the providers, the servers, show to what's on the phone. And if I find a discrepancy, that would suggest that something has been deleted from the phone. Anybody that had access to the phone could easily delete something on the phone, much harder to delete what's being held on the servers from the phone.
I assume his phone had a password. There are certain things that you need the password to do, such as delete activity. But if you don't have a password and you pick up your phone, if you're touching the screen, that leaves a trace. If you're trying to power it off, that leaves a trace.
Damn.
So we should be able to see people without a password trying to actively interact with that phone, as well as someone that has it. So we would do a forensic acquisition, and that's really important here. Someone just looking in the phone, you can get a glimpse, but you can't see what's deleted and hiding below the surface. We need a forensic acquisition to do that. We can tell if it was just soft deleted, so like sitting in a trash can, or a hard delete. So if you empty your trash on your phone and then you go and throw it into a dumpster and the trash is taken away, there is a log that tracks everything. Also with timestamps on when that activity occurred.
Digital expert Heather Barnhart.
That is some great information right there. And hopefully we could get that information as well. That would be very helpful. We could understand if people actually got to his phone after he passed to attempt to delete things. Hopefully we could recover what they actually deleted, see what they deleted actually makes sense. But also the person that recovered his phone, if they did delete messages after his passing, those people got to be held for some kind of criminality, right? Whether it's they try to get into the phone, I don't know. Something is fishy about that. That's what I do know. Maybe these people didn't actually do the deleting of this young man, but it's something else is going on that is very fishy about this situation. And hopefully we could get some evidence of something with that phone. Please.
Okay. Is a subpoena, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jim Jones, is a subpoena the equivalent of an acquisition, a forensics digital acquisition?
Yeah, good question. No, very different. So the subpoena is going to the providers, the companies that provide these services, and it says, hey, what is on your servers? The physical acquisition is going to get a copy of the raw data stored on the phone. And to Heather's point, what you see through the interface is only a small fraction of what's actually stored on the device. It's a very busy place and things are being replaced and removed all the time. The physical acquisition will take a snapshot in time of anything that's left in particular.
Damn. Hey, shout out to Titan Watts. Unless they use a CC cleaner to clean M data. Thank you. Thank you, you damn criminal.
Particular, the fragments. She also made a very good point about the logs. Phones, modern smartphones, keep very detailed logs. It's not the picture, but it will tell you that someone deleted a picture, and you may even have a timestamp or other metadata that would help you know something about that content, even if you can't see the content anymore.
Okay.
So, Dr. Jim Jones, if I delete something, let's just pretend it's a text. We delete a text. Then you go to the deleted file and delete it from the deleted file. We can't see it, but there is a record of that, and it is very likely revivable.
Yes, to the record, for sure. There's a record of that action happening. Revivability depends on how long it's been since it was deleted and what else the phone has been doing. So it's a very unpredictable process. Think of it as something that decays over time. Sometimes that decay is very rapid, sometimes it's slow.
And we know there's a difference in retrieval time on an iPhone versus an Android. it's a very delicate process. John Mobley, veteran trial lawyer, South Carolina. What is it? No.
Oh, damn, that hairline look crazy, bruh. They be talking about my hair, bruh. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Oh, shit. Bruh, I was not prepared for that hairline, bruh. I was not prepared for that. Delete metadata. God damn. He look like Don Cheadle. He look like a Timu Don Cheadle. Yo, that hairline look crazy as hell. All right, let's get back to it. I apologize. I think he needed, hey, look, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I got a 5 head, but god damn. Oh, shit.
Nolan's mother wants from social media giants.
Come on, Don Cheadle.
Everything. That's what they want. And I've been saying this from the beginning. These are the types of things they should have been doing from the beginning. Not press conferences, not grandstanding, not the all show no go, but getting the actual data from the phone so they can get real answers to put all the information regarding what happened in context. They will know if anything was posted, if anything was deleted, if it was communicating with someone. This is the real work that needs to be done. This is how we all get answers.
Great answer.
Hi, guys. American homeowners. The FBI has been warning about a
Great answer, sir. I'm sorry, Nancy, but we are not going to go through your. I'm sorry, Nancy, but we can't.
Type of real estate fraud called Officer Tatum, star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube. Did the young men you interviewed, I believe it was 4 of them, state that Nolan did not have reception, or did they explain why there are no pictures, texts, instas, nothing on his phone? Did they have an explanation for that?
Yes, ma'am. They didn't mention anything about whether Nolan has service or not, but they articulated the reason why Nolan may not have, certain pictures on his phone. And they had mentioned because Nolan spent the night at their house the night before, because it's traditional for the last few years that they actually went to Horn Island together. But they were saying that they had taken pictures at the house. Some of the pictures that you've seen floating around online were pictures that they took on the boat, but they didn't take those pictures when they got out, out there to Horn Island, because they were having fun. And I would argue that they were drinking, and I couldn't imagine that they want to get.
See, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I don't think nobody would actually disagree with that. A bunch of young people, 4th of July, boat, music, women, young men. Most likely it was some drinking there.
Underage drinking on camera. So what they had articulated to me, that it wasn't abnormal for people not to snap and not to do a lot of pictures and things like that, because they were focused on.
But you told me they showed you pictures and videos.
Woo! I hope you keep it 100. I heard those people coming. I hope you as real as you say. I hope you as real as you say you are. Let's go, Nancy. Let's go. Let's see. Oh my, I hope you keep it 100. God damn it, Nancy on his neck.
Because they were focused on.
But you told me they showed you pictures and videos.
Yeah,
so
but
they
it's
did
not
take
uploaded.
pictures and video.
Yeah, but my ass. What you mean, yeah, but? What do you mean, yeah, but? You cannot say something, then backtrack that joint. You feel what I'm saying, KG? You can't you can't live in both places. Absolutely not. If you're having a good time of us reviewing this, breaking this down, make sure you hit the support button. It's important. Hit the like button. hit the share button. If you have anything, I will appreciate it. 99 cents or more. Cash App, Super Chat, PayPal. It is what it is. Let's get it together. Let's keep it 100. Likes and shares are 100% free. I appreciate every last one of those.
No. It's not a lot of pictures and they weren't uploaded. So when you're talking about Snapchat, you're talking about a platform where people are uploading images and pictures to produce to the world. What they showed me were things that they had recorded on their phone, and it wasn't a lot of different things because most of what they did was drinking and having fun in the water. And so, what they had.
Wow. The backtrack is real. The backtrack is real. Wow. Hey, Viking Kings, be careful of the things you say because we get block parties in the summer. Keep it on the topic. Stick to don't talk to me about things that happen elsewhere. We're talking about something very specific. Don't tell me about something about Al Sharpton. This has nothing to do with Al Sharpton at the moment. This is about Brandon Tatum and Nancy Grace going through their little debate. We ain't talking about no goddamn Duke team. Keep it on the topic. Straight up. We give out block parties. Wimbiana, block party.
It articulated to me as well is that it's not abnormal for people not to snap. It's not abnormal for you not to have your phone. And Nolan wasn't the only person that left his phone on the boat. They also mentioned to me, and you can see it in the interview that they did, was that they had no reason to touch Nolan's phone. They weren't thinking about Nolan's phone when they thought the boat was sinking. And when they got to the house, it was no incident when it comes to Nolan getting the phone back to the friend and parent.
You're going far afield from my question. Let me redirect you back to their phones. Nolan has nothing on his phone. They have pictures and videos on their phones. You told me that they exist, whether they posted them or not. So they were taking pictures and videos. Don't you see why the mom, Nolan's mom, is concerned there's nothing on her son's phone?
Woo! That was a great redirect, Nancy. Awesome. It shows why she was so good in court for sure. Mel, 33R, thumbs up. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Mel. Seriously, I really do. It means a lot. Everything counts. Thank you so much. Man, Nancy, that was a great question. Like I said, Brandon, or maybe you didn't know, Brandy, listen, keep it to the subject. Don't come in here talking about things that doesn't have anything to do with what we are talking about. I don't know what happened elsewhere on other panels and other channels, but don't bring it here. Maintain the topic.
Well, Nancy, it's unclear exactly what the mother is articulating because at one point she's concerned that there's not a lot of Snapchats or social media posting.
Right.
She did not articulate, or the Benjamin Crump did not mention that there's nothing on his phone. So they're not saying that the phone.
Wow, look, he tried to name drop so he could move the conversation in a different direction. Hopefully, it doesn't seem so. Nancy ain't gonna bite on that because she cooking his ass up.
It was white and there's no images or anything. She was concerned about his social media frequency, which I believe after talking to the boys, it was consistent with what they said, and it was consistent with basic deductive reasoning that maybe he didn't post a lot on that day. So what remains a focus for me, and if I was investigating this case,
talking about
I
posting.
would want to know.
Not talking about whether he posted, officer.
I knew she wasn't going to let up. I knew it. Good job, Nancy. She hit him with lefts, rights, body, head. Let's get it.
No,
he didn't even take anything. There's no pictures. There's no anything.
That's what the mom is saying, but we haven't had an opportunity to either see or hear exactly what she's trying to articulate. some of the things that she said in the media is that she's talking about posting. I don't believe she said that there was nothing at all on his phone, no pictures, no nothing. But I wasn't able to verify that. So if I was able to see Nolan's phone and the mother was able to show me exactly what she's articulating, I'll be able to have a better perspective in comparison to what Warren and the other boys were telling me. So at this point, I only have one side of it, and then I have a fractured perception from what the media or what the mother is saying in the media. So
that is crazy work. That is crazy work. That was crazy work. So what you think, the mother's lying? And the premise that he tried to paint, right? They say that nothing at all. We talking about from that day. That's what we having a conversation about. From that day. Why are you trying to act like you don't understand? That was the man. And I keep telling y'all, hey, listen, I know y'all upset, but y'all upset at the wrong person. It ain't me. And moderators, don't be afraid. Give people 5 minutes so they can understand how to communicate properly in this chat. Don't bring things from other places over here. Keep to the topic of what is being discussed at hand.
So when the police officers look at his phone and they do a forensic extraction, if they're allowed to do that, they will see plainly if Nolan was on his phone, if he had taken pictures, and if they were deleted. Now, I'll implement this as we begin to try to guess and figure out what was happening on that day. It doesn't seem to be reasonable to suggest that the boys were in his phone deleting things. Now, after hanging out with the boys and getting to know them well, they're very intelligent.
Just pay attention to that. He said, after hanging out with the boys. Does that sound like somebody that was attempting to get the truth up out of them? Do that sound like it? No. Police officers do not go hang out with the boys when they're investigating something. That's not what investigators say. I went to go hang out with the boys to investigate. That's crazy. Thank you, M. Mills, because they trying to wild out over here. That was crazy. I don't know why he's trying to vilify that young man's parents like that. These people are grieving. Yeah, hang out with the boys is crazy work. That was crazy.
Young men, very savvy, and they were raised well. I would project, if I were to make an assumption, that if they were trying to cover up something that happened to Nolan, I would perceive that they would throw the phone in the water or something where it never would be recovered. Or if they...
Wow. Wow. That is insane. So he's given an excuse to why or what they should have done. Because he think they are so smart that they would have just threw the phone in, because that's what you would have done. That's because you used to be a goddamn officer of the law, so you know what the officers look for. That's what you would have done. We're talking about teenagers or young men that is drunk and intoxicated, possibly high on other things. And you think they are going to think like an officer that is sober? You cannot be that smart, sir. Because I don't want to call you other names. That's insane.
They had access to get into the phone. They wouldn't just delete. They would just completely rewrite the phone or, do a hard reset.
Now, we all know ain't nobody that dumb to do a hard reset, because everybody know that would be too suspicious. Like, come on, like, who you think you talking to? Hey, be careful with your words. Be careful. You could disagree. I don't mind anybody disagreeing, but you're going to have respect as well. You're going to have the respect for me and respect for the chat. Don't say things out of pocket trying to get a rise out of somebody. Okay, little chihuahua barking at the big dog. All right, just relax. You can have your disagreement, but don't be disrespectful.
Or they wouldn't give the phone back to mama or the family anyway. So with those factors put in place and what I've talked to them about, it seems as if their story seems consistent to me, that they did not get in the phone. They did not know his password. They had no reason to believe that there was a necessity to get in the phone.
Officer,
and they gave it over to the family.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I'm not taking anybody's word for anything until I investigate it and corroborate it.
Yeah.
Again,
that's fair.
Maybe they're completely innocent. Maybe they're not. I don't know.
Right.
Or maybe someone else had something to do with Nolan's death. I don't know, but I will find out. And you said, I don't know what she said exactly. Well, here is what Nolan's mother said.
Ooh.
When we opened it up, there was nothing. There were no saved pictures. There were no snaps from that day. And we did open it before the 24-hour expiration. So we found that very concerning, only because anyone who's ever been around Nolan will tell you at social gatherings, he's taking videos, he's taking pictures, he's even come up to me when I'm getting ready to go to bed. Hey, Ma, come on, take a picture of me. You know, like he just, that was Nolan. So that's why we feel that things may have been deleted, was because of the fact that there was nothing in either one of his accounts.
Okay, to Tanya Jordan, Bark,
So that goes to show there was nothing in any of his accounts. She said all of his accounts. That is, man. You know, that's a scary thing. And it seems like our chat is highly divided on between, it's half the chat is on Tatum's side and the other half is on, you know, against them. That is suspect as hell. And, you know, Nancy said it the best, right? That we just want the truth. We're not saying that his friends did it, but we definitely not saying they didn't. We're not saying that. We're saying that is definitely some kind of foul play involved, and we don't know if his friends did it or somebody else. But somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. Corinne Maggie says, "How much is the water?" Thanks always. Thanks so much. Stay hydrated. Yes, thank you so much. Zook Nation, what am I suspect of? Of being a great man? Yes. Being handsome? Yes. Being fly as hell? Yes. Being a truth teller? Yes. I'm suspect of all those things. Yeah, I agree with you. What up, Aaron? Good afternoon, OG. All right, let's jump back into it.
Mental control officer and author. Do you understand what she just said? I do. Explain it.
Absolutely. When a child dies, every second, every hour, every day matters. Families and investigators need timely access to lawfully requested evidence so they can find answers and hold the right people accountable. And Snapchat claims to respond to most legal requests in 2 to 3 weeks, but critics say some investigations have taken months, which delays justice. Meta, Instagram, right? There aren't many kids on Facebook these days. There's no public average for subpoena response times, but it varies. It varies. And investigators have criticized delays in some really high-profile child safety and teen death cases. WhatsApp, we talked about that earlier. Even with a warrant, Meta generally cannot read or produce message content because it doesn't have it. That's what we were talking about with the challenges with encryption. It's not a response time thing, it's the encryption. So I don't know if I answered your question, but I just felt it was really important to be very clear about what we need for justice and what social media companies are not providing in a timely manner.
You're very clear. I want
very clear.
Tatum to be right.
Ooh.
I want this to be easily explainable when we know all the facts. But we will not stop until we know the facts. If you know or think you know anything.
Shout out to Nancy, goddammit. Shout out to Nancy. We are not going to stop until we get to that. Shout out to Time Wasp. He's giving them strong, reasonable doubt. Shout out to Thomas, Laughing Disco. Thank you so much, Terry Thomas. That was good. I also do have some things that I seen on Instagram. I seen, y'all let me know. Y'all want me to drop the link? Y'all want to come up and have your own thoughts said out to the world? You let me know. I do have some on the audio. The audio engineer that actually, the audio engineer, the person that put out the video, the audio for the 911 call, or not the 911 call, or the tow call. She's very distraught because people are trying to accuse her of doing things that she did not do. They're trying to accuse her of things that she did not do. Welcome to the show, Shadow the Time Wasp. Good day, sir. How you doing? What's your thoughts?
Hey, doing some training right now, but I want to say this. He's giving them, who are potential defendants, he's giving them a victim treatment, as if they're victims, not as if they're potential defendants. He's giving reasoning why they did what they did. He's saying, well, if they were really guilty, they would have done this. He's making a lot of assumptions that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's absolutely giving them excuses and giving them ways out and attempting to make them, I guess, the narrative of them looking innocent in the public eye. So it'd be even more difficult to prosecute them, right? And he's giving them excuse after excuse after excuse. Absolutely, I agree. He is trying to taint the public perception on this whole situation. Welcome to the show, Conversation with MJ.
Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, Shadow.
Good day.
Shadow, you gonna stop being petty, okay? Or I'm gonna block your ass for a whole motherfucking month. You keep on playing with my ass, motherfucker. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Happy Friday. Yeah, man. It's sad because the audio enhancer, she's legit. And she wasn't the only one who have done it. There was actually 2 or 3 other professional certified audio enhancers who did it, and it confirmed that they got the same thing. In fact, one of them got a little bit more that wasn't even heard from the initial recording that was enhanced. But you know, the whole point of the matter is that, you know, you want to create doubt and you want to push that out there. You want to give the what if to have people thinking in a different route and not taking everything as, you know, at face value. And I'm not trying to necessarily say that that's not a good thing, right? Because discernment is very important on both sides, not only just the side that you lean more closer to, but we'll see what happens because now the parents and Ben Crump, they're also taking that audio and they're going to the top professionals of audio enhancer to confirm and verify that what was put out was actually authentic. So.
And so you would know, in this case, for some reason, every time I hear Officer Tatum talk about the people that he hung out with, because keep in mind, he's using phrases as a seasoned officer, I hung out with them. They're very smart boys. If they would have done something, they could have done X, Y, and Z. It sounds as if he's intentionally creating the narrative of them being victims.
Correct.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And this is why Officer Tatum is getting the type of pushback that he's getting, because he's not being neutral and actually trying to, find out exactly what happened. Everything that he have done has been leaning more towards the family, the boys, and what they're experiencing in the community. And then on the same breath, you're vilifying the parents that lost their child. Like, how can you vilify the parents that lost their child? They weren't even there. They weren't present. They didn't have anything to do with this. Now they're trying to he put out this narrative about probably having cocaine in his system or drugs in his system. The boy was literally about to start football season. You really think he's going to mess up his football season, which could have led him to a NFL career over cocaine? Now that didn't make no sense, right? Now the drinking situation, I would admit maybe he was drinking. I admit that maybe all the boys were drinking. You could tell a little bit in the audio enhancer that they weren't all there, right? They was kind of like a foot filled with anxiety, like, oh shit, like, so I do believe that. And then we have to take into consideration, again, somebody had to buy them that alcohol. If all of them was under the age of 21, how was they able to describe that, get that alcohol? So that's a lot of other people that should be held accountable who's over the age of 21. How did they have access to it? Then we also find out that, go ahead.
Hey, one more step. And I want you to think about this. He says that they were really good kids, right? But we know for a fact that people there were drinking because he said it prior. So how can they be both good kids and committing the crime of underage drinking in the same breath?
Well, see, here's the thing. Listen, I'm sure you, Shadow, I'm sure you, Sharon, we all have snuck around and probably got drinks when we're underage. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're bad kids. So I wouldn't use that in that framework. I really wouldn't. My problem is that I think two of the boys whose boats are affiliated with their fathers, they have a whole company, and they even had a YouTube that talks about underage drinking and boating and trying to put systems in place and stuff like that. So for the simple fact that you allowed your children to go out on your boat, and they were going out to drink or do something like that, but you have a whole YouTube channel explaining the dangers of that and trying to combat that, that's kind of sus to me.
Well, NJ, think about it. I'm not speaking from a civilian standpoint. Me, you, and Sharon said, hey, we were reckless as kids. Okay, we can say that. But Officer Tatum is somebody who said that he interviewed them. And I would assume that he interviewed them in the capacity of a law enforcement officer, right? So is he advocating for underage drinking then? Is he saying, oh, they were underage drinking, and that's okay? But, they didn't X him off. You see? So I'm saying but he's quick to say that Nolan's parents didn't care about him.
So the problem with Officer Tatum, number one, he is not a police officer. He's an ex-police officer. So he is no longer in enforcement. And the fact that he is a YouTuber, he is fluid within his knowledge and experience of being in law enforcement, and he gets to move in and out of that framework when he chooses to. And this is what we've seen with a lot of the interviews. For example, there was sometimes he was talking as if he was actually investigating certain things and asking certain questions. But then when he gets on Nancy, he's now acting like he has a personal relationship with these individuals that he had interviewed. That's a problem. It shows bias. It shows that you got close to these individuals because you was able to talk with them, hang with them. They showed you how to handle a boat, their type of boat, what needs to be done, what you need to worry about, precautions and all that stuff like that. We still don't know whether or not if he has sit down conversations with his adult parents, but we know that he did have to have contact with them for them to even interview their underage children. So we know that it was communication there. And when he talked about Nolan and them, he was talking about trying to reach out and get in contact with them after you have already went online and made assumptions and insinuation about them, their parentinghood and their child. Why would they sit down and talk to you about anything when it seems that you don't have any good intentions and you already made up your mind about the situation? I would deny any interviews or contact with you, period, because you're not to be trusted. You're not credible. in that aspect. So yeah, I think that's just like a fluff, right? Because he knows exactly what he's been putting out there. He knows what his streams and his channel's been out about this story. So for the come back after and say, hey, you want to do an interview with me? I just think that he used that as a way to say, oh, there's something that they're not hiding because they don't want to speak to me about it. But you're not mentioning the fact that the boys and their parents reached out to you. They went purposely looking for your channel and stuff like that because they have an understanding of your ideology about things like this, especially when it comes down to things that is high racial profile cases. So let's stop acting stupid. Let's stop acting like we don't know what it is.
Why would their lawyers, because keep in mind, all of them are lawyered up, allow them to speak to an officer who's supposedly investigating? But a lot of people don't realize this from the outside looking in. Officer Tatum wouldn't have had, and I'm calling him Officer Tatum just because of their formality, but he would not even have had jurisdiction to question them. So the only capacity he could have spoke to them in was a friendly matter because he couldn't have done anything otherwise.
Right, but see, that was the whole point. Like the whole point wasn't for him to actually do anything that would assist in this case or assist with the jury, the grand jury, because he has no way in this. He's not an officer, and he definitely don't belong to the state of Mississippi department either, right? So he can't do anything. The whole fact was about representation, and it was about changing the narrative in regards of how people are viewing the family or the boys, and in regards of Nolan Wells' death. That's all it was. That's why they purposely went out there to have someone who can advocate for them on the superficial level.
Yeah, because we had a black cop come and talk to us, and the black cop believes that we're not guilty. I'm sorry if that seemed funny to me too.
What was the last thing he said? I didn't hear him. He was kind of breaking out.
He's been sarcastic.
Oh, he's been sarcastic, but facetious.
I'm serious.
It was funny though.
You know, they got a whole black cop that came in and interviewed us like a real police officer, and he told all you black people that I, for a fact, didn't do it because, you know, I also have a black cop friend now.
Right, because they was buddies and pals, and that's how he did the interview. Like they was buddies and pals, and I think that's why it's important that yesterday when we was reviewing what he was saying, they vetted him. They deemed that he was safe. They deemed that he was not going to ask the tough questions like how Nancy did. She made sure she put it down the line. She didn't allow him to go around the corner and all that. So shout out to Nancy. Man, I could see why she won 100 cases. That's for sure.
I mean, yeah, he was definitely 100% filibustering. Like a lot of those add-in storylines and hints and statements and stuff like that was really not to try to answer the question directly, you know. And Nancy's seen that, and this is why she would always go back to her original question to get him to actually answer it, right? Because his job is just to paint the side of the boys and the family that people don't know, and you know, they don't know them. So it's like what we're seeing right now is a trial in the public view. That's what we would actually call it. So whether about you want to crucify and condemn them in the public, or do you want to wait into the jury, the grand jury when it comes down to the evidence and stuff. And then perfectly clear, people need to understand when all that information goes down to the grand jury, we're still not going to get it. Like that information is sealed, and grand juries are private. These are private sessions. We are not going to get any information about it unless a charge of a crime is put down by the prosecutors and the grand jury.
Lovely. I love that information right there. That was beautiful. Welcome to the show. Out the Mud, Cody. Good day, sir. How you doing? What's your thoughts? Steven and Django. Dang.
All right, what's good with y'all, big dog?
I don't know how they wilding in the chat.
Hey, Sharon, I told you yesterday from the little clips I seen from dude with them white boys, it looked like they was partners, just engaging in conversation. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I didn't get the interrogation or the you understand what I'm saying? It all felt like a partner vibe. We all just chilling and relaying a story.
Yeah, this ain't serious. Let's all get our story together.
Yeah, that's what it
I
seemed
mean?
like to me. And I peeped that from John when I first looked. I was like, man, this dude ain't. What's up, how you doing?
Yeah, he wasn't asking no serious questions or anything like that. He was just allowing the man to say his side of the story so they could paint the narrative and move it into the world as if they ain't doing what, we don't know what they did, right? So, but what we do want is the truth. We know something happened to the back of that young man's head. Something happened to the back of that young man's neck. He has some redness back there, some bruises. It's called a thing. It's called bruises. He was fighting something. What was he fighting? Somebody had to see something. There's 1,000 people on there, right? Somebody seen something. Somebody knows something.
I mean, we definitely know that something happened. We don't know what actually happened, right? This is exactly what we're trying to find out. We know that it wasn't just a accidental drowning. In fact, I don't even think he drowned at all, because not one of the reports stated that when they found his body, that the body was bloated. It takes 3 to 5 days for a body to be submerged in water to have bloating. Nobody stated that, not even the second examiner. So I don't think that he was in the water that long when they found him.
Yeah, slight redness is considered bruising, right? If you could visibly see redness on your skin, that is called a bruise. I don't know what they call it where you at, but where I'm from, if my kid come back and my kid has some redness on a arm, I'm like, what happened? How did you get this bruise? I'm not going to just say, oh, that's just some redness. No, that's not how this thing goes. Maybe these people don't have children. But if I send my kid to school and I know some reddish coloration on the arms, feet, neck, or any part of the body, I'm definitely called, hey, who bruised my child? I don't know where you get that idea from that. That's not a bruise.
Are we forgetting that they're also black kids? Like Nolan is black. Redness is a lot. It's not just a small amount. It's a significant amount of pressure. Because, melanin.
Right, because it was on the skin and the soft tissue. Like, we just went through it. So what, now we're going to say the autopsy is lying now too? The autopsy is race baiting too. You know what I'm saying? The autopsy is race baiting too, right? The kid had this one particular place where he had allergies on the back of his head. Sure. All of a sudden, he go there every year, and all of a sudden, he had some allergies on the back of his head, and then also the allergies went down into the soft tissue as well.
Hey, Sharon, I got a question real quick, big dog. Hey, with the grand jury, right? The grand jury gonna have to ask to see the throat, right? They're not just gonna automatically send it in, right?
MJ will be able to explain the grand jury part, how the process, right?
So
what do the prosecutor got to do?
All right. So the simple fact is, the initial autopsy, everything that was in the findings, even with the organs removed, will be sent to the grand jury so they can view it. And then the secondary examination as well, any other evidence that they're going to get, whatever they get from the subpoena of social media accounts and stuff like that, all of that is going to be given to the grand jury, and they have to determine whether or not if a crime was committed. And this is what the prosecutor is going to show them, like, hey, this is what we believe this particular type of crime was committed, and maybe a charge should be put on this situation. So they will get all that information. They're not going to actually view or anything, because the grand jury consists of 13 to maybe 30 citizens of that state. They are selected. They're handpicked for this particular private sessions.
Yeah. So it's just to show the state, the citizens that, hey, we got enough evidence to charge somebody on this crime. That's what the grand jury is.
So is it protocol? Is it protocol that we don't know if water was found in the lungs or not at this moment, this far along?
Yeah, if the prosecutor don't want to give out that information yet, yeah, it could be protocol. It can be.
Like I said,
because the prosecutor could have all this information and just waiting to give it all to the grand jury, and this way they have a solid case. You know, that's a possibility, but it's still a possibility.
Yeah,
but that would be if the prosecutor was trying to build a case. If they were just trying to say there was no foul play, like the cops said initially, then they would have said, "Hey, there was fluid found in his lungs. We can see where he drowned. Autopsy shows that he drowned." But the prosecution hasn't said that. I think that absence is more likely.
But see, the evidence will also show whether he drowned unintentionally or intentionally. Was it voluntary or involuntary? Like, that's what these organs that are removed and that wasn't presented to the parents, why they were kept from the parents. Because you will see and see whether or not if any of that can happen. There's certain markings, certain scratches, and certain things that show you what most likely occurred. But I'm in agreement with you, Shadow. It is what the prosecutor is going to throw to the grand jury. They can give them all the information. They can even decide to withhold certain information and not put it in discovery when they're dealing with them, right? So we don't know, but it's really up to the prosecutor to be like, hey, listen, we believe that these things happen, and this is why we think that a charge is reasonable in this particular situation. We don't know. We don't know what the prosecutor say. However, it doesn't seem very well when you have the sheriff coming out initially without any type of reports, without any investigation, interrogation, or anything of that sort, saying, oh, we don't see no foul play. That doesn't really, scream like things might move in the way that a lot of people would like it to move, because, it already seems to me personally that they already had their mind set up for what this case was going to be about. A fatal, horrible accident.
But didn't they say no foul play before they even found his body?
It was about 4 minutes after they found his body.
Hopefully, Officer Tatum, because he said he has names and all these things. Hopefully, he got the right name and he could push law enforcement in Mississippi towards the right direction, because somehow he got all these names, he got all this video evidence, and hopefully he's helping out for real with the case and get somebody arrested for the right reasons. Maybe the issue is, though, maybe they got a lot of, they understand that it's foul play, but they just don't know how to point it to the right person. Maybe that's the issue that they having too, MJ.
I say that Officer Tatum is helping, but not in the way that he thinks that he is. If he's trying to pretty much give the boys, their family, everybody else is involved, a fair chance, and not, put this umbrella over them that they had to do it because of A, B, and C. And since everybody's using the whole racial tension in regards of this particular case, then I really don't think that he's really helping his the situation, really, because everything that he's been doing after has been nothing but racially, what I'm saying, to the point where he's talking about a specific community, the way that he's attacking the parents, the way that he's already assuming that this boy was drugs or doing drugs and things of that sort, like all these tropes and stereotypes, and then trying to say that, oh, these boys are fine boys and they come from fine family and they was raised right. Like, he's adding to the quote unquote flame that he said that he has the issue with. So truly, he's not really helping if that's his side, because I don't know whether or not what his side is, even though he says that he's being neutral. I don't see it, and I think most people don't see it. If he's trying to help his side, he's really not doing a good job. The worst thing that he ever did was allow those boys to do an interview.
Damn. Shout out to PZ Ain't Gone with the 10 ball. Thank you so much. PZ Ain't Gone, always holding me down. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. PZ Ain't Going. And people that want to have a open discourse, I don't mind having it as long as you keep it respectful, no cursing, no N-bombs, and you can hit the link, substantiate your argument. Badass Saying says, what if Tatum is playing the white kids, baiting them to get certain information?
Yeah, now you're reaching.
I think that's a beautiful what if. However, Tatum's track record, that if is not a strong possibility. I truly think that he was playing soft on those young men because he believed in those young men. And he don't think that they did anything. So, that's just what it is. Shout out to Naren McLean with the eagle. Drop down to get your eagle on, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think that's a very low possibility that he's being that, strategic and cunning to get them to feel comfortable to let their guard down so they can spill all that information out. I think that he did that unintentionally, to be honest, really.
Yeah, because people done dissect those boys' facial recognition. It's very interesting with that whole polygraph thing, the way how Officer Tatum tried to paint it. Good thing that she is so well versed, she knew to ask the correct questions, right? To say, oh, so they did a polygraph, and he was forced to say no. Shout out to the Shadow the Titan Wasp with the $11. He said nobody's gonna one up me. God damn it.
Petty.
Being petty on a Friday, it's all right.
I think it was real important on the questions because she knows that's the beauty of having somebody that is an expert, right? So she knew exactly what type of question to ask. Ah, man, that was such a beautiful question. Was it a polygraph? So you saying that on the question if it was a polygraph, the answer is shout out to Nancy. That was, and then when he did that whole dance, MJ, he said, I was like, what?
He definitely did short circuit in real time. We saw it in real time. Him literally, like the computer was shutting down. Boop, boop, boop.
Yo,
he must don't know who Nancy is, though, big dog, because I don't know what made him want to try to play with words with her right in her face like that.
Because damn, she sharp as hell. Kama Haska with the golden coin. Thank you so much. Oh man, she was not effing around, Cody. That was really good.
Yeah, they know when Nancy put her fingerprints on shit, it normally get the servicing and you get to figuring out what's really going on. Now you might don't like her in the way she handle herself, with the way she talk to motherfuckers when she feel like they playing with her. But shit, big dog, I'm telling you, that woman she ain't gonna let you play in her face with them words. So I don't know what he thought it was. He must hadn't been familiar with.
Hey, he did what most people do to actual officers. Yeah, he did exactly what people normally do. They think they smarter than the officers. They smarter than everybody else. That's what happened, and he underestimated her.
Yeah, he went in that detective room thinking he can outthink the detectives, and she had his number already before he walked in the room.
Ooh, she did not have a question that she did not know the answer to. So when he said something that was not correct, man, she checked him really good. Shout out to Naran McLean with the gold coin. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? That was she was surgical with that. That when Alonzo said I'm surgical with this thing, that's what he meant. Because that was really surgical right there. And hey, I gotta take some points. I gotta watch her a little bit more often, Cody. I gotta get with it.
Yeah, because you can't get caught on what they want you to focus on. You gotta always remain steadfast on your focus. You understand what I'm saying? See, he'll try to throw this bull cone in the air and make you focus on this and grab that instead of staying focused on what you got going. You already got a point that you driving. So why are you letting him stray you off your path? You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Shout out to Wanda. Good day, Sharon. I will stay in the chat for now with my rifle ready. Shout out to Brian and
Brains
Beauty
and Beauty.
Rock. Oh, Brains and Beauty? Brains and Beauty. Thank you so much for my blonde ass. Brains and Beauty with the flower.
Put your glasses on.
Sharon said, Brian Sand betrayed.
Hey, you see how they was cooking me that I didn't know Snapchat was designed for sexting? I did not know that's what it was designed for. I had not a clue.
It was designed for what?
Sexting.
No, I ain't never really been on no social medias though, so I don't know shit about them.
Yeah, so Snapchat was originally for all the dudes that want to take their picture like this.
Oh, they shooting them little dangling pics.
That's what it was for.
Not you saying that it was the dick pic brigade.
I had no idea that's what Snapchat was for. Shout out to the Petty Wives. Me too. With the 21. 21. What's up, TMZ? Taz, what's up, the GOAT? I gotta drink some water.
Man, listen. So when Snapchat came out, my son had first came to live with me, dog. When I heard them say that, I was like, wait, what? Because I didn't know that either.
Oh, okay, so I wasn't the only one.
I didn't know that. So I was just thinking back, like, as a, you know what I'm saying, from the 16-year-old, you know what I'm saying, the father perspective, like, damn. So, yeah, he wouldn't have had that back then. That's not how it was sold back then. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nobody telling us as parents that was the, that one app, like, that's crazy.
I thought that was wild. I thought that was wild as you said that. I had no idea because I'd seen so many young kids. It was such a young kid app.
Hey, so what I mentioned earlier, the fapping, do y'all remember back in like 2011 and 2015 when a bunch of celebs had their news leaked? That's where it came from. It came from Snapchat.
I don't even know what fapping is.
Hold up. Not important, but I'm telling you.
Okay.
The reason why that became such a big thing, and it was that whole scandal with Jennifer Lawrence, that's where it came from, Snapchat.
Yeah, I had no clue at all, GOAT. That was brand new news to me that's what it was for. I don't even know what is fapping?
Hey, sure, you're not old enough to have this conversation.
Oh, okay.
What is what?
Fapping.
I don't know what the hell that shit is, man. I don't know.
Oh,
am I really the youngest person on the show?
Hey, GOAT, we all too old for that shit.
Oh shit, I am the youngest person here right now.
Somebody I can ask, but I definitely don't know.
I see you was out there swinging for the fences out there, knocking people down early in the AM. They was trying to test you?
Yeah, you know how it be, bro. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of wild, man, depending on the topic, man. I don't know who coming for me these days. So yeah, it's getting kind of interesting. These topics is bringing out some wild opinions.
It is definitely they are out in droves just looking for things to say they BS remedial rhetoric and say you are victim Olympics and what about Chicago? Like, it is insane how often they try to derail it. It is wild.
The word I keep seeing is coping. They keep saying we're coping, which I don't get it, because it's like, no, we're responding, we're doing commentary.
Right.
I don't know how it's coping, but okay.
Yeah, that is a very strange one too, right? Coping. What you mean? Coping with what?
Now wait, Davey says, when old people on the internet, let the record reflect that we are the ones who brought in the internet. Like I was on the internet when my son was born. What are we talking about? We you know what I'm saying? We had AOL back then, Yahoo Messenger.
But we're the ones who abused it.
Huh?
Like, y'all gave it to us and we decided to abuse it. So
yeah, y'all fucked it up.
Just saying. Also, tags back.
Yeah, I responded to you.
All right, thank you.
But yeah, I think that's interesting too, like the generation gap there, because I do think while they started, trying all these different apps and whatnot, I was like kind of moving slow. So that do make sense. Like my son is probably saying 100 different things and I'm moving slow, like MySpace. Then I get done with MySpace and okay, people's on Facebook. So I'll do Facebook. And so, I'm just on Facebook. I'm not, trying these other apps. I don't have Snap, Instagram, none of the other ones. And then I get tired of Facebook. So I end up on YouTube, and now I'm hardly on Facebook. Don't use Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe there's some legitimacy to trying to be a part of all of them, because I don't know. I don't try to be a part of every social media. Like I have a TikTok, I have an Instagram, but I don't really use them for much. You know what I mean? It's a lot of that stuff is like, look at me, look at me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really that type of person.
Yeah. It's definitely a strong hustle on those other ones. Like people making some money on it, but most people are not. But I was trying to figure out, but I'm a dinosaur, so I'll be trying to figure it out. I hear people making some good money on Facebook.
Out. Yeah, I say we get our message out, make a few dollars with it. I mean, we use it good enough.
Yeah. But this case is definitely is exposing a lot of things and a lot of people, I think, too. And I think that's that part is very interesting to me. And a lot of people that used to be on some other ish, their voices is like, it's kind of like what you said, like their voices are dying out, because it's like, it seems like maybe you're right. It is a shift happening. And that's why they crying out so much on like your channel and today on this stream today. Like I had a lot of them crying out to me just now. And I could hear them saying, crying out for me. They was crying in that chat.
Grace. They used to love Nancy Grace. Now they calling her Nancy Disgrace and going in on her. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's really wishy-washy. People going in on Nancy Grace just because she don't agree. And I would argue she's doing what she's always done. Nancy Grace approaches everything as a damn prosecutor. That's what she's always done. Like, what are we talking about?
Fact, I don't never see her handle it like some type of plain Jane ass civilian. She going straight at you, interrogation style. Like you say, DA style, where is no hold bar. She's not finna play the kid gloves and friendly and patty cake with you, big dog. She don't do that. I never saw her play like that.
I mean, you haven't noticed. Oh, my bad, Cass. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
All right. I was just gonna say, yeah, what I've noticed is that a lot of people don't really like people who are neutral. People like the biases. People like the sides, because the way that she's getting smoked now, if it was the other way around, they would be saying that she's doing a great job and she's doing what she's supposed to do and she's being fair, right?
Yeah, you're right. They rather see her neutral against us than neutral on our side.
Right, but here's the thing, like she's really not even on our side, because what did she say
really
after the conversation with Tater Tot? She said, I wish that that Tater Tot is correct, because she wished that it was just an accidental drowning. However, she really wants to know what's going on and what happened, just like Nolan parents does, and
Yeah,
that
she
is the
neutral.
truth.
You right. She neutral, MJ, but she feel as if it was some wrong done in the midst of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? She's not. Oh, my fault.
Yeah. Let's see. Lord Footage. Good day, sir. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I wanted to break something down for the world. Well, really for Nolan and his parents. A lot of people ignoring me. They want to say I'm weird, but just check this out. Just hear me out. Claim to know it all or nothing. Just hear me out. Now, I'm gonna walk you back from Nolan being missing to the boat. What happened to him, I don't know. I'm just gonna walk you back from being seen on the island, walk you back to the boat call. So that's from the boat call to Nolan basically being dead and found. Check this out. This how I discovered it. Uh it's another channel. They're playing a video. But if you go to Inside Edition, I couldn't find it, but if you go to Inside Edition, they got a video that they played, say, a week ago. You might know it. It's the scene of a helicopter flying over the island. Not the helicopter when they found Nolan. This is when people just out there chilling. It's a video. If you go to my page, I got it broke down, the call and the video. I start with the video because that's what I found first. If you look at the video, when the plane is flying over, I seen something. So I backed it up. It's that boat with the blue on it, a space, another boat, and another boat. Now, the last boat that's there with the blue on it, you can see somebody standing at the end looking at the water between the two boats. Well, from where the boat's anchored and the shoreline, in between there, it's sand, but it's water. You can see the trail, and then it curves where the boat is missing, and Nolan's body is in the water right there. And it's another trail that goes past Nolan and goes
When you
towards that blue
when,
boat.
when you
And
say his body was in the water, what you mean by that?
he was in the
Uh,
bottom of the
um,
ocean. He was in the
like he was
bottom of that
alive or
water.
he wasn't?
No, no,
Okay,
no.
he
He was
wasn't alive.
dead. Yeah, he was
Okay.
unalive. So they dragged him with that boat. Now they probably dragged him to the boat to take him back to the scene. Now that picture they showing with Nolan in the water, and they want to say it's after 5 o'clock. To me, his head looked purple. So all they did was made him float to show his head to take that quick picture. So let me walk you back to how well, like you talking about
So
he
hold
was
on. So you saying
dragged.
hold on.
You
So
no, no, let
so
me
you
finish. Just let me finish.
hold on.
Let me
Hold
finish.
on. Hold on. So you saying was like at some weekend at Bernie's type of thing?
Yeah. But check it out. Yep. That's a good analogy. That's a good example. Yeah. Okay. So the dragon in the water. So it's like, damn, he talking about it's a lion in the water and that body right there. Okay, so check this out. The phone call, right? When it first come on, everybody hearing everything. So that one lady who wears the hat, the shades, and the headphones, and it kind of look purple. I really don't know her YouTube name. Maybe the open book. No, maybe it's another one. I don't know. But that lady, she was playing it last night. So I'm like, man, I'm going to go ahead and just listen to the audio because I look at videos going back to Kanika Jenkins, but we ain't going to bring that up because that's when people want to start saying I'm weird. So we're going to leave that alone. But check it out. The phone call. I'm gonna send you to the links, but check it out. In there, you're going to hear, oh, shit. That's when it first come on. Then you're going to hear when it said, he's dead. Then you're going to hear ready. Then you're going to hear like tuck tuck push, and you hear splash. So that lady was
Oh
like, she
Lord.
hear a sound like somebody hearing somebody hit their head or something. They actually threw that boy overboard and they had him hooked to a rope to pull him back to the scene. Now, my name is Lord Footage on YouTube. If you go and look at my last two videos, I made a short of the video, I made a video of the video, and then I made another video. So one video is you're going to hear the phone call. The other video is them is on the that video with the inside edition where I found it. So just check out those
Those
two
two.
links. Lord Footage
All
on YouTube. Go check it out and you hear the phone calls and you
Put
will
the link. Why don't you put the link to it in the private chat?
oh
Like I
right
don't
here
want
where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I don't want to go dig looking for it. Just put your link in the private chat. I want to see what you're talking about. That sounds like some bullshit.
See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody want to say some bullshit, but I'm trying to tell you
So
the truth.
I said it sounds
I'm
like.
I'm
I'm willing to look
I'm,
at it. I'm willing to look at it, but I said it sounds like. I'm just being honest with you. But I'm willing to look at it before I make a complete assessment.
okay. So can we talk? Why would you say that? But I don't hear you saying that with nobody else theories.
Okay, because sometimes the theory goes beyond the realm of possibility, considering millions of people have watched the same video that you're claiming to have pulled the smoking gun out of.
Okay, what's the problem with that?
The problem is the
Wow.
video ain't up yet. I don't see it. Where's the video?
Okay, so I will go out and copy the link, and then I will come back here and log in, and I'll put it right there in that in this chat thing right here. Or
Yeah.
I go to your last video and put it in the comment. I go to your page and go to your last video before this, and I put the links in there.
I'm pretty sure Sharon want to see it
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
I would love to see it too, sir.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm a get off of this part right here with you live, and I'm gonna go to your channel and your last video you made. I'm gonna put the two links in there. I'm gonna do it right now. I
Why wouldn't you
promise to
just put
God.
it in
This is for
this
Nolan
chat?
and the world. I didn't already talk to Benjamin Crump
Why wouldn't you
office.
put it in this chat? I don't think you
I mean,
we're
this
all
chat
trying to
right.
see it. You can
You
add it to
talking
the
about the
chat.
chat right here? Let me
The
see
chat that you are
what.
actively in, yes.
I would have. Okay, let me go to YouTube and do it. Okay, just I'm gonna go to YouTube.
Yeah, so just get the links and put it in the back chat, and we all can see it. I mean,
Okay.
this is a great promotion for you right now.
I don't need all that. We need this for Nolan. I've been doing this for years, but people just think I'm weird how somebody just say it. It's crazy how, people can't get justice because they don't want to listen to me,
I ain't
but
call
it's
you
cool.
weird, bro. I ain't call you no name, but don't do that, fam. I just want to
Yeah,
see it.
sir. Like, yeah, you're not weird or anything like that, and you don't take it to heart about people having discernment. Listen,
Mhm.
everybody up here will challenge me too on anything that I say. They don't just take everything I say for face value. So
But I use the evidence that's given
You
to
got
us.
it,
That's the
Sharon, or
only
you want me
thing
to
I
pull it up?
use. That's the only thing I use is the evidence they give us. That's the only
All
thing
right,
I use. I do research and I got two links in there.
Mr. Footage,
Yes.
just did you put it in the back chat? Put it in the back chat, the private
Yes,
chat,
sir.
so we can check it out.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I don't
Go,
necessarily
you gonna
need
check it out,
credit.
go?
Yeah. You want me to put it on the
Yeah.
screen or you
All
just
right,
need it?
go and check it out and see if it makes sense for us to play it on this show too. Because I know Goat gonna tell me the truth if it's worthy of playing it.
Yeah, I don't play games on here. I don't bullshit people. I ain't no troll. I ain't none of that. But the
Hey,
disrespect
I
and
think you've already
and
played this
and,
before.
and, and ignoring me, that's
Hey, hold on.
wild.
Hey, Sharon,
Yeah.
hold on. So, about 2 days ago, you did a video where they did the enhanced audio where it was doing subtext, right? Where they were kind of enhancing and then putting subtitles to what was being said. This looks like a continuation of that. I just jumped onto it. It looks like the second part to that, maybe.
Did you hear Splash?
But
Okay, so I'm looking at it, bro. I mean, it's safe to share it on the screen if you want me to put it up on the screen. It ain't nothing shady here that you can't show.
Okay. All right.
I see what I see what, and I just don't I don't know. We take a look at it.
No music or nothing, right?
Washed up 2 days later.
There were so many people.
Of Mississippi.
You can mute it.
Yeah,
you can mute it. You can mute it.
Hold on.
Just let it play. You'll see. And I can zoom. I got zoomed into that, and I can show y'all Nolan in the water and the the enlarged lips and all that.
Damn, you got his enlarged lips?
Yeah, you can see all that. Just let the video play and then go to the recording. You'll see it. I'll focus in on it. I drop in.
That's right. That's his body?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah. And I'll make that clear for people later. But if people got eyes, you can see his head and his body right there. That's his stomach. Then you see the shorts right there towards the end.
No, wait, hold on, wait.
If you rewind it back, you'll see the trail in the sand. You rewind it back, you'll see the trail in the sand. And then go to the next link. Go to the next link and you'll hear them throwing them in the water.
Wait, fam, slow down now. I want to see
Try to
where
tell
you just
people I don't play games, but it's
right,
for no.
but fam, slow
You
down.
go back, you'll see right there. If you look down, you'll see the trail in the sand, and you'll see where the boat is.
Hold on, footage. He trying to communicate with you.
I'm that nigga, man. Motherfuckers be ignoring me. I'm that nigga. Go listen to the recording.
Hold on, footage. Go listen to the recording. Stop saying that. Footage. Stop saying the N word. Stop saying the N word. This is why they think your ass is crazy.
Nothing has been proven.
It don't matter
yet,
what
fam.
people think. It's what I show. It's what I show and prove.
Bro, we haven't proven nothing yet, bro. I'm trying to get to understand where you just saw some shorts and a body. Like I didn't see that. Where is that? Because I see the space. I see the spot right there. And I would agree.
You see the trail, right? You see the trail.
I don't
play the video again so you can see the whole scene. Rewind it back so you can see the whole scene. Play it back from the beginning.
Okay, so I'm
right there in between them. Stop it right there. And if you enlarge it, you see that black spot in the middle of them boats right there where it ain't. If you look, you'll see the trail coming from behind the boats, between the boats and the beach shore. Between the boats and the beach shore, you see that trail of line right there. You see that black spot right there. Zoom in on it right there.
One thing at a time. How are we determining the black spot is Nolan? How are we determining that?
Because I zoomed in and got his body.
What?
Okay, so we gonna zoom in. I want you to show me the body. I want to see the body. Right. So this is where you made that
black spot right there. That black spot right there.
That black spot, right?
That black spot right there, and you see the trail.
What?
You see that trail?
So what body part is that we see? That black spot. What body part is that?
That's his whole body. Now you see the trail. You see the trail between the boats and the beach shore.
Can we zoom in any closer?
You see the trail to come down and curve towards the body. You see that trail that comes down and curve towards that black spot and where the boat is missing. Now I'm telling you, you go back to the recording. You hear them say, "Ready, pick up, push, and you hear that splash in the water. They throw him in the water. Look, when you can start when it say, "Oh my God," but you can go back before that on my recording where it say, "Oh shit," and they looking. She said, "Is he dead?" She said, "Is he dead?" Then they say, "Oh my God," and then they like, "Ready, pick up, splash," and they say, "Push."
For one on this one. Let's try this other one. Let's try this.
Oh, for one. Oh, for one. You don't see that right there. You don't see that black spot in that trail. It's right there.
We see the black. We see the black spot, but we cannot.
You didn't see the trail right there behind it. You didn't see the trail.
We cannot necessarily say that black spot is a human.
Hey, so that's what's the green. Okay, I'll show that later. I zoomed in on the green, and I guess I have to show that in more detail later. Go to the phone call, then. Go to the phone call. I don't mean to argue with y'all.
You good, fam?
It's not playing the sound. That's my fault.
Assistant Vicky speaking. Detail assistant Vicky speaking. Detail assistant Vicky speaking.
Yeah, I don't know if I heard a splash though.
It's when it's splashed, they saying push, push, pull, push like that, and you hear the splash. That's that noise.
Yeah,
So I didn't put the push,
Yeah, I
push,
hear
pull.
shuffling, but I don't hear the splash.
Just pay attention.
there's no
Just
splash,
listen.
man.
Just listen to with headphones. You'll hear them say push, 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 and it splash.
No.
You listen to it say, "Oh my God!" They say, "Oh my God," and then they say, "Ready." Then they say, "Pick up," and then they say, "Push, push." Then when they do that, you hear that push. And then it
Yeah,
go
we got
quiet. And then that lady asked him on the phone, "Can I tap?" He said, "Yeah, we're sinking right now." And it's quiet in the background because they didn't throw him in the water then. Like a dude said on another thing, they panicked. Now, what happened to him, how he
Then they
died,
sent the
I
Nancy
don't
Grace.
know. But they did throw him in that water right then, and they was looking at them people throwing back in that water on that rope so they can take them back to the island and play that Mr. Barnes weekend at Mr. Barnes Bernie's, whatever that shit is.
Wait, question. Is it possible that the splashing that you hear is them trying to get the water out of the boat?
No, because they say ready. What did they say they was throwing water out with? They say they had a bucket throwing water.
That's a good question. I'm just asking. I'm just asking objectively, bro. Like, I'm not contesting it.
Just listen to the
Just see
phone call.
the only problem I have with that, sir, is because the time that they had the call, right? It's been confirmed that it was around 4 p.m. or so, and there was still hundreds of boats out there. I don't think that they're gonna just throw a body in front of 100 boats with thousands of people out there. So I'm not saying that didn't happen, but I don't think it happened around the time that you're talking about the phone call, because it was still in the day, it was still sunny.
It's inside the phone call. All you have to do is play the phone call. Listen, ma'am. All you have to do is listen.
Yeah, but
But
it's not
play it right.
Listen to that
Play it
phone
again.
call.
Play it again, and
But
I'll
listen,
talk the whole
check
time
me
it's
out
doing
though.
it.
Check me
Play
out
it
though.
again
Check
on
me
the
out though,
screen.
fam. Check me out though. Listen to me though. So I listened to that phone call probably 100 times myself. And the reason I listened to it that many times is because keep in mind, they're saying there's a conversation that's going on beforehand, and people are trying to decipher the conversation. They've slowed it down, they've sped it up, they've done everything to it. There is no splash. I think that audio you have is
Play
somewhat
it again,
manipulated.
please. Play it again, please. And I'm gonna go along with it. Play it again, please. Play
It's
it
okay.
again.
We don't gotta we don't
I'm
gotta
just
go.
asking. I'm
We don't
asking.
gotta play
I'm
the.
asking to play it again. That's all I'm asking.
Not
To
what
play it
we say
again.
is that we just
Hey,
don't hear.
I got a question, big
Yeah, we
dog.
don't. All right, good.
Go ahead, Sharon. Finish what you're saying. I
Yeah,
just will
Cody.
let
No,
you
you
know.
good, Cody.
Oh,
You
my
good,
bro.
Cody. Good.
Has anybody taken into consideration that Colin Kaepernick, right? Colin Kaepernick is a half breed, right? And he was like adopted by a white family, right? And he went to school with predominantly white kids, right? And he stepped in out of the blue from hearing the story. He stepped in and put his money up for the second autopsy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could that have been based on his experience in life or going to school with these white boys and seeing how they fake to be your partners but really be against you?
That's a strong possibility, Cody.
I mean, there's been a lot of biracial children who has a parent that might be black and another parent that might be white who have talked about their experiences being a mixed child and seeing microaggressions or macroaggressions amongst one parent, depending on the situation. So, no, that's not far-fetched at all, Cody.
And Colin is not from the South. You understand what I'm saying? So
and also, so they want to ask you, Mr. Footage, wouldn't it be some kind of rope detection on the young man's body by now that the autopsy would have said that he was tied up and something of that nature?
Autopsy ain't told us shit though.
It tells he had a bruise on the back of his neck.
Yeah, but shit, they ain't say what the front of the throat was looking like.
He not even listening. He trying to
playing the
find a
audio.
splash. Yeah,
Yes, but the secondary autopsy would have said if he had any rope burns on his wrists or anything like that, they would have, because mind you, they're examining the whole entire body, not just the organs. Nothing has been said about any kind of rope or anything on his body. Nothing.
Yeah, but I cannot confirm that black spot is a body. I don't know about that. I don't know what that black spot is.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
That's the
excuse
reason.
me, y'all. Excuse me.
I mean, I think if you keep it
Everybody
simple
come
and just
on
look
here.
at that
Hey,
spot.
excuse me.
Right quick,
Excuse
right
me.
quick. Right, you're excused. But I think if you keep it simple and just leave it at that, like, wow, that spot right there look kind of suspect. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. When you start
I already
saying,
zoomed in and showed the body. I already zoomed in
nigga,
and
you
seen
ain't
the body.
showed shit, bruh. Shut your goofy ass up. Like,
Oh,
bro, we
you
not
want me to
gonna
come?
sit here and let you just lie to us, bro. This is what people start
You
calling
want to
you
go there,
names.
huh? Oh, you want to go
Bro,
there?
I know I
You
don't.
want
I
to
just
go
don't want
there,
you to.
huh?
I just don't
You
want
want
you
to
to
go there,
lie.
huh? You want
Like,
to
I
go
don't.
there, huh?
I don't, bro. I
You
don't.
want to go
I
there,
promise I
huh?
don't. No, I don't.
You
Bro.
want to go there,
He
though, huh?
I don't.
Footage. He said he don't. He just don't
I
want no
don't.
lies.
I
That's all.
just spazzed out for a second, bro. I just crashed out for a second. We good, bro.
Taz is doing so much better. Shout out to Taz, man.
Yeah, I just had a momentary crash. I apologize, bro. Again, I just don't. I don't
Them 7
I don't know that.
anger management is working.
Yeah, I just don't know that that's a body. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like I don't think you crossed the barrier of proving that was a body. That's all. That's it. That's all I'm.
Yeah, that's all. And I agree too. I don't see it.
So once me and Crump, show this to the world, I guess y'all can give me my flowers then. It's cool.
No doubt.
No, actually, we can give you your flowers now that you're even paying attention to the story and that you're trying to do your part and figure things out for yourself. So kudos to that. You hear?
I am not trying to figure it out for myself.
Yeah, because that's a crazy spot in the water now. I ain't willing to just discount. I see the spot in the water.
And you don't see the trail.
No,
I don't see the trail.
Go back to the video and zoom in. When you see that black spot,
though, that just for that spot to be like that, that don't look right. Okay, that don't look right. The spot is there by itself.
Where's another spot at? Where's another spot at? Anyway.
That's why
with you.
Where's another spot?
With you there.
That's why I agree with you. I agree with you that spot is out of place.
With you there.
And there's no other trail besides that, and 2 trails right there where
I don't see
something
that.
would have been dragged.
I want to give you something because after zooming in on it, I can see why you see that. I can't confirm it's a body, but I can definitely see why you see one. Because you can kind of see. Hold up.
When you look at the green, if you could play in that video and when it turns green, when the screen turns green, you can see his eyes and lips.
Bro. I'm trying to hold on. I can't see all that, but what I do see is I see something attached to that black spot. I can't say what it is, but I can see why you're getting what you're getting now.
Okay, so now my question is this: isn't all those boats anchored
from the front?
That's where I was gonna go.
All boats are anchored from the front of the boat.
No.
Yes, because if they get anchored from the back, they will sink. They get all them boats is anchored from the front. Go look at the videos. They all got lines going from the front of the boats.
Okay. All right. So now, where did you get these inflated eyes and lips from?
When you go to when the video turned green, that's me zooming in. Now I didn't finish doing it. I just wanted to do that. And if you look at it when it turns green at the screen and it starts from the right and moves towards the left, you would see the circles in the eyes and the big lips. You would see his hair and you would see how his head will be looking towards the bottom of your phone, meaning it'd be looking not up at you, but at you, like if his head was leaning to his left, and you would see that, and it would go down his body like that. See, they flew over with an airplane. They already knew something was going on. That was before that helicopter, because the people on the beach. But I tell you what, when that body there in that thing, ain't nobody around, and on the beach, everybody's away from everything, but them boats anchored out there because people know what happened. And if you look at that blue boat right there, you will see that person in the back of that blue boat, they got the blue stuff on it, is looking right there at that spot.
And all this has been verified that was the day that his body was found. And
yeah, because the plane flying over saying he washed up 2 days later, it was showing the people kicking it on the beach. So this was before, like this probably was after the phone call, but they then went back to that island and start playing with their body and coming up with stuff.
I'm just saying, like on the video, does it have a date?
Come on, son.
I don't
It
know.
was the date.
Go to Inside Edition. Go to Inside Edition and find that video. You can go
Inside
to
Inside Edition put it out.
Yeah, you can go to SCO. He did a live a couple of days ago, and that's when he was, looking at it. Inside Edition got a clip of talking about Nolan, and they showing the airplane flying over the beach looking at people. And that's when I found it, because they know what's going on. And then that phone call. Yeah, go to Inside Edition on IG and find they clips of them talking about Nolan, and then you're gonna see when they flying that plane over the beach looking at the people talking about Nolan washed up 2 days later, showing the beach but talking about Nolan, and bam, right there. See, they always put it in our face and give it to us so they can say, here is nothing here, go about your business. If it ain't no videos, everybody got to do the investigation. The police got to do their work. They give you video and be able to psych you out. Then ain't nobody got to do nothing.
Well, I just wanted to know. Oh, okay, Sharon, I'm sorry.
Footage. Is this the first case that you cracked open like this, or you done this with multiple cases?
Multiple cases, but people don't care. Mike Brown, Kanika Jenkins, everything that got videos that they be criminal. The people to be missing at the gas station, that little Mexican girl that came up missing, that other little Mexican girl. I didn't got the images of Emmett Till out the river. I got I got all. I know who killed Martin Luther King. I can tell you what, Loretta Scott King had something to do with it.
Oh shit!
Hey, who you say had something to do with it?
His wife.
What's her name?
Loretta Scott King.
Okay. Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to my nigga Loretta Scott King.
And what else? It's a lot of stuff that got videos that they be trying to act like ain't nothing happened or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
We flip him heads, we drop him tails, we drop him.
If you play that, just listen to that recording. At the end of that recording, you'll hear that splash.
You did more investigating than Officer Tatum did. So good job, bro. I appreciate it.
Why would you say that about this beautiful black woman?
God damn.
It's the truth. I tell you what, have she ever smiled? She got a space between every tooth. That's why she never smiles. Because she got a space between every tooth.
Are you kidding me? What do her smiling have to do with anything?
Because that's how I knew who it was in the video when he got shot. When he got shot, she was in another building with somebody else. She wasn't nowhere around. She was with somebody else.
Davey, where your 20 balls?
On the video when he got shot, I can see the people who did it and where they at. I know the people who shot JFK. I got it on the video. The person who shot him.
Oh shit!
What?
I mean, you asked me, have I did any other cases or whatever? I'm just letting y'all know.
You better not be the only nigga with this information. Your ass dead. Soon.
Red killed Malcolm X. You know, Red, that one that was on there talking about his friend or whatever. Red, that light-skinned mixed one. He the one shot him with a sawed-off shotgun. It was sawed off in the front and the back. It was short. He had it in that trench coat. His name was Red.
We talking about Detroit Red?
Yeah, the one that was with Malcolm X's friend, Red.
Wasn't Malcolm X Detroit Red?
The light-skinned dude that's with him that's called Red. If you go look at the interviews, he looked damn near white. He the one that shot. He the one killed Malcolm X.
Huh?
He the one that hit that fatal blow
I
with
didn't hear
Malcolm
you,
X.
Shadow.
I gotta save the channel because, yeah, I'll be right back. Because bullying is not okay.
Huh? You say what? You say what?
Oh man, this is
You say,
crazy.
hey, since y'all on here, go ahead. Let me hear somebody talk shit about me. Go ahead. You feel
Well, I
brave
don't
enough
want
to
to talk
talk shit
about you
about me
negative. I
right
don't want
now?
to
Do
I
it.
don't want to talk
Do it. Do
negatively
it.
about
I
you.
dare you. I dare any
But
one of y'all to call me a
what I
liar.
will say, but what I
I
will
dare
say is
any one
this,
of y'all to call me a liar and start talking shit right at this moment.
right,
Because
yeah, I
what
don't want
happened
No,
to.
you
before
got
now,
it. You
I
got
let
you
go.
got it.
Do it
But,
now.
You
but
Do it
what I
now.
will,
you
Talk
but what
shit
I
got
will
it.
about me
say is
You
now.
this.
got
But
it.
look, but what
Let
I
me
will
hear.
say is
Let
this
me
though.
hear. Let me hear you
Footage,
talk shit about
okay,
me.
footage.
Let me hear
I'm
you call me a
actually,
liar.
I'm
Okay, footage.
Call me a
listen,
liar.
Footage. Calm down.
listen to me, bro.
Footage.
Let me
Calm
talk to
down.
you for a second. So I've been to Memphis. I've actually studied the MLK assassination. I've been to Dallas, studied the JFK assassination. So like those things are still unsolved. I think it's a good idea to look into them and whatnot. Just don't immediately jump out there with your theories. Make sure you got something to back them up. That's all I would say.
Wow. I'm showing y'all stuff now.
Slap the
And you
taste out of your
ain't
mouth. I'd like to see you try.
reporting. It say, oh shit. And then I put it on the screen. And
Yeah. Shout out
We
to
can only
bro.
have one crazy person a day. I feel that.
Well,
Yeah, shout out to bro, man.
you on me, Sharon?
Thank you, Cody. So footage, somebody paid $20 to bring you down. You have to pay $20 to bring yourself back up, footage. Or you could wait 15 minutes and you could come back in 15 minutes. I'll bring you back up in 15 minutes. Why you putting the middle finger? They put a middle finger at the person that dropped them down. But it's $20 for you to come back up, or you could just wait 15 minutes, footage. It seemed like you might be willing to wait the 15 minutes. But we appreciate your work. We do. We appreciate it.
Or somebody else can bring them back up for $20.
Or somebody else can bring them up for $20. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why we
Also,
got to. Go ahead.
Also, we got the Cash App. It says support the show. Thank you so much. And also, we got a Cash App that said, is this Jalen investigator cousin?
Hey, niggas ain't shit.
Go ahead, eat it, man.
Yeah,
For
I don't
real,
know.
Sharon.
We gotta go full blown theories or whatever it's called, right? Define stuff out. I think we just need to go by the facts. We know a second autopsy was done, and they said it was bruising on the back of the neck, as if somebody was holding him down to push him in the water, right? So that gives us enough for foul play. But this conspiracy theorist that we saw this green dot, and it was a human, and we know for a fact that this was Nolan, and we don't even know for a fact that it's a human. Like, I think that's kind of what makes other people point when we go to the conspiracy theory without evidence, instead of just the evidence that we have.
Yeah, I agree.
Man, this man just hurt my heart talking about Coretta Scott had something to do. The way he said Loretta, that might be a twin sister. But I'm
Wait,
sad, man.
Cody,
He
he took the time to investigate
I
more
can't
than
believe
Officer
he
Tatum
woke up
did. Y'all
to
can't be mad at that man.
I can't believe he woke up to mess my Friday up this early, big dog.
Yeah, I know the crazy part about it. I felt like he was up here playing with y'all intelligence. He was like, y'all don't see the legs. I know you see that thigh muscle in that green
Nah, that
spot.
nigga said the eyes.
Hey, look, he got, hey, right now, he got his middle finger up to you right now, Eater, man.
And he talking to you, Sharon. You trying to push it off on somebody.
You know what's crazy though? The issue, I wish he would have just left it at what is that spot and left it there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that that's a school of fish or nothing like that. I don't know what that is. I thought that was an interesting point that he's ruining with all that extra stuff. Like
it's the extra part.
And he said the shorts, and you can tell that they green. You
But
can
see,
tell the
that's-
shorts blue. Look at them shorts right there.
But that's why I was asking, is there an actual date of this footage, you know, to let me know, because there's a lot of AI going around and people are putting past videos of things being found on islands and things of that sort, and then claiming that it was the day that they found Nolan's body. We don't know that. So I want a date. I want an actual print out date of when this happened, when it occurred, what time. Did it happen after they initially found them? Did it happen when they do their 24-hour search on the island? Because they said that they do a 24-hour search on the island every day, because how many people have accidentally drowned on that island, that they have people go out to make sure that nobody's stranded and everything. So that's why I wanted to know. And it wasn't nothing against him or what he was presenting, but there's sometimes you can get things from social media and it could be wrong. It could be AI. It could have been something like something was dumped there and they was looking from the plane and it was like, oh, look at this black spot right here. Something was dumped here. They're going to pull it out, see what it was, how much it weighed, whatever not. That's the only reason why I was asking. That's it.
Yeah. I think it was a good piece of evidence that he brought up. I think he pointed out.
Dad said it right. He ruined it with all the exaggerations.
Yeah, when he put the lips on it and everything, it's like,
yeah, you know, look at the eyeballs. They like bulging and shit. And we're like, nigga, you don't see no eyeball.
Well, we don't see it. That don't mean he don't see it. That don't mean he don't see it, bro.
Yeah, he's saying we ain't got good eyesight enough. It's us.
But he said he's gonna do some more due diligence, so that's good. So, you know, like keep pushing. We need that though, you know. I think Ben Crump gave me my props on the news report too. I don't know if y'all heard him.
What he said? Shout out Spirit Spanglers.
He said, shout out to all the content creators that's keeping this thing alive and people that is talking about it and keeping it pushing forward. So everybody that say that all we doing is just talking is moving the needle towards better investigations. A lot of people, Nancy Grace used 2 TikTok detectives that did a hell of a job. One TikTok detective, you know what I'm saying? One TikTok detective did the full GPS breakdown, and it was good. And then the other one,
yep.
Go ahead, MJ.
I was gonna say, and the other one confirmed that the boats used the Garmin GPS system, and you can manually change the coordinates.
So one of the things I brought up earlier was Sea Cleaner. A lot of people don't realize it, but it actually cleans the dump file, and you can actually link other devices to it to clean its dump data as well. So, like, it's harder to do it with an attached device, but if you know what you're doing, which a lot of kids these days do know, like, kind of grew up on it, right? There's ways to clean systems. That's why I found it interesting when they said there was nothing on Nolan's phone. I didn't know if they factored reset it and then C cleaned it, because that means the dump data is gone too. But we don't know any of that. That would all just be speculation. But here's something that I thought about. If Nolan had a facial unlock and he was still on the boat, they would have been able to use his face to unlock the phone.
Well, but come on now. Have y'all ever been to...
And I'm not saying that is what it is. I'm not making conspiracy theories. Again, I'm just speaking strictly from a tech and a criminal point of view. If that's what they did, I'm just saying, if that's what they did, then it could explain how things got deleted. But because specifically using the word deleted implies that you can see that it was deleted and there's a string of something. There's an empty space of data there. That's all I was trying to say.
I don't know if y'all ever been on vacation with a whole bunch of white folks. Everybody got their phone out. That's why I ain't buying this BS that nobody ain't got no evidence of what happened. Everybody, especially in that age group, if you go to the lake, if you go to like Lake Stevenson, if you go to these lakes, people are on their phones recording themselves living this type of lifestyle. So it's some footage out there. It's just since it's a black man, the footage is not coming forth. And I don't know why we can't just look at black people as treated different in America than any other people.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's one of the things me and you both said yesterday. Why is it that, are you telling me that none of the kids on that boat, I'm saying kids because of their age, none of them were recording a vacation before the end of summer? Come on, bro. That didn't even sound realistic.
Well, we know that that's not true because Officer Tatum said that he got videos and photos and stuff from the boys. So we know that they were recording on that day and probably at the island. However, he said that there's service on the island but not that good. But he referenced that that could be a reason why Nolan don't have anything showing on his phone from July the 4th, but everybody else does.
So just because you don't have, I mean, everybody here has phones. I could still take a picture and post it later. The fact that they're saying that this young man went out there and took no photos from that entire day is crazy work.
I mean, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's unbelievable. And I'm gonna say it's unbelievable due to the fact of Christine, his mom. She knows her son and she knows his behavior. He used to take photos all the time, like anybody in his age rank does, right? They take photos, they Snapchat everything. Everything is on social media. So the fact that he didn't have any photos from even before even going to Hunt's Island is out of realistic of how he operates on a regular day basis. So I'm gonna vouch for her and say, yes, she knows her son. He would have had taken a photo that day, even if it was, even if it wasn't at the island per se, or even around that time. He would have took a photo, on the way getting on the boat. And that's why I think that the initial pic that they have with them sitting on the boat, I think that happened earlier. That didn't happen throughout the day. I think they took that picture before going to Hunt's Island, because according to Warren, there were hundreds of boats, thousands of people. So why the backdrop of that picture only had 1 to 3 boats? I think that was way before anybody actually came to the island.
There's one more thing I think about in that case, right? So when you look into Nolan's actual social media history, even if I said I didn't want to believe his mom, which I do, his social media history shows that he takes pictures of everything. His MO doesn't even add up to him not taking pictures. And this was like a senior trip or something? Or their last summer vacation?
It was his last summer. It was his last summer before he started football camp.
Right. That doesn't even make sense. Like it goes against everything that he did on a regular basis. That's it. That's my only point. See, MJ, we can't agree sometimes.
Yeah,
yeah, pettiness.
Now we got investigator Green Dottie. Says you gotta see the lips. What color is the lips, sir? What are we talking about? I can't wait till these 15 minutes up so we can tell him what color the lips was in the eyes.
Either is Sheen SVU.
And I went
we got this.
I went to what they said. I went to the insiders. I went to the white folks. They put it right here in my eyes, Sharon. It's right here. We just gotta look. You gotta see. You know the first thing I thought about when Medea's like, you gotta see. You gotta see. Listen, you gotta see. Oh man, that's funny. Whew. He got about 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes for him to give us some more.
He threw up a bunch of fingers and left.
He coming back. He's still watching. He back there doing the edit right now. Say, I got a song in. He gonna tell you, Sharon, you gotta look from the left. You gotta tilt your head to the right so you can see the faces. And tilt your head. You gotta tilt it to see the green shadow. That's funny.
So, did his mom confirm that they had Life 360 on his phone? Like, is that how they found the phone, or did they find it with Find My Phone?
No, they found it with Life 360. They tracked it by Life 360.
What's Life 360?
So Life 360 is a family tracking app.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, I do too. My daughter and son have smartwatches, and their Life 360 is attached to the watch because I don't give them phones. But their phones can call me and their mom. Their watches can call me or their mom. You know.
Well, I thought they said they can prove that stuff was deleted off the phone. We know something was deleted off the phone. They just said they couldn't recover what was deleted. Correct?
Right, because that's the entry. It's the entry point. So anything that is logged, anything that is like uploaded, is actually logged. So you might not get the actual image, but it's a timestamp when something was logged into the data. That's what data entry specialists are for. They keep track of logging entries of information.
Yeah.
Well,
So
the question becomes: does Life 360 have a secondary dump file? Like, does it record microdata like that? Because, and like I said, if they used a program like CCleaner or other programs similar, you could easily, especially if Nolan was doing things like Snapchat, he could have easily been the type to keep his phone clean. So, and again, that's just a common security practice now. And that will delete that, even that log data that you're talking about, it can't be recovered if they delete the hidden files. That's why I'm asking if they've even been able to find that. That's why I'm bringing that up specifically.
Well, we know for a fact that I think they said something was deleted from the phone after they estimate his time of death, right? I think that's what I was reading. I was reading that they knew that something happened after his death with that phone. So if anything, that's at least foul play, right?
Well, Christine,
that's not what my question is.
Christine mentioned that they was able to access his phone and to look at both of his accounts before the 24-hour mark when things tend to disappear off that person's profile. And they said that they didn't see anything there from early in the morning until like once they even got the phone.
Even with the data entry point.
That's talking Snapchat, right?
Yeah, that's the Snapchat, but he had two different accounts. He had two different Snap accounts that the same thing occurred on that day.
Which makes sense. So here's the question. Even if Nolan didn't access his alternate account, because typically if you're doing something, you would put it on your primary. So I kind of get that. But again, this is just me asking based on conduct, right? I don't see where, if he even took pictures, how come we can't find those pictures? Like, is his microdata even there? If not, what happened to that microdata? Was his phone off from the time he started the night before till they found his body? That's the only way there would be no data at all. But that can't be true because the Life 360 was able to track his engagement, right?
Yeah.
That's correct, right?
Yeah, that's why we need to get these kids back on Facebook. We would have no problem. If they do what the old folks do, Facebook keeps stuff forever. You go back and watch Facebook, I can find out who your girlfriend was 22 years ago. Boy, I tell you, Facebook don't delete stuff. It is out there deleting and hiding your lifestyle on Snapchat. Nah, big dog. I need
Y'all know
to do
Snapchat's a meta. Snapchat's a meta company now, right? Like they work, either they're owned by or work with Facebook.
Yeah,
that's
they do.
That's how come the feds are able to do subpoena. If the feds subpoena anybody's Snapchat, that's how that event I brought up earlier happened. Because
I don't know when I forgot what year the merging of Snapchat being on the Meta occurred. I'm not sure. I think it was like
15. I think it was
2015?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, the problem is the police don't even want to look into it. That's the problem is the police. See, y'all keep saying these white folks got to subpoena stuff, and it sounds like they the one trying to hide it.
And
why you gonna subpoena something that you don't?
Too?
Say it again.
Is WhatsApp owned by Meta now too?
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
So you said they really got, if anything was deleted, they got copies of.
They go straight to Meta. Absolutely.
So you said they just don't want to produce it.
or they haven't subpoenaed Facebook specifically. They have not subpoenaed the Meta company.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, we don't know if law enforcement have went to get a court order to subpoena any of that information from the Meta company to see if they can retrieve it. We don't know, and they're not telling the public whether or not if they're doing that. That doesn't mean that they haven't done it. We don't know if they're trying to hold it for the grand jury. What they have found, we don't know. It's just that they're not telling us.
One thing I'll tell you, Facebook, Meta, will disclose any information from any subpoena within 48 hours. That's part of their policy. If you get questioned by law enforcement, they'll produce it within 48 hours.
So who do y'all think is going to stand in front of a grand jury?
There's nobody that stands in front of the grand jury. A grand jury is a private session. There is no defense attorney. There is no other jury in a grand jury. It's just 13 to 30 constituents of the state of Mississippi who's going to be in front of a prosecutor with everything, evidence and discovery submitted to them. And they have to decide whether or not if there's enough reason to say that a crime needs to be charged in this case. And what it is like once the grand jury happened, the only thing we're going to hear is they're going to be bringing on charges or they're not going to be bringing on charges. That's the only information that we're going to get.
Well, we already know that.
MJ, also, I want to make this point. You can't. The prosecution can bring witnesses to the grand jury. So if they believe there's a material witness,
What make y'all think somebody's about to get charged? Because y'all got upset and started talking about it?
Yeah.
These boys ain't about to get no charge.
I think it's a possibility they get charged for drinking.
They ain't gonna get charged for no murder.
Yeah, no, I don't.
They ain't gonna get charged for no murder one, like we see happen in Texas.
Well,
wait, hold on. The question
the
question becomes who's going to be if they brought any witnesses to the grand jury, it can't be anybody who could be a potential defendant unless they end up being unindicted co-conspirator.
Well, here's the thing. It's a very low chance that there's going to be a charge of homicide, manslaughter, or like you said, capital murder in this case, right? However, I do believe that they can get negligence. They can get other things that have occurred on the after what happened to Nolan. And then this is why I said on another content creator's channel about Christine, the mom, being very, very smart by having these civil lawsuits already out in place, because there is no statute of limitation when it comes down to murder. So even though it's been brought to a grand jury now, later on, she can go for a civil rights lawsuit in regards of her son and get him that way.
No, but even if she do like a civil rights lawsuit, she might get compensated. But the chick, you're right, MJ. Yeah, okay. I let y'all know how stuff work in Mississippi.
Damn.
Tell me how it works in Mississippi.
You know, MJ. You're right. These white folks about to get charged. The MJ, they about to charge these white folks. We about to see a whole trial just like we seen in Texas. I'm just telling you, it's not gonna happen, man. This is gonna be yesterday news. It's sad to say it, but in Mississippi, time after time again, we seen that this is gonna be yesterday news. Because guess what? Them same people, that's their cousins up there on that grand jury. It's tight knit in Mississippi. Ain't no random people that's gonna be making this decision. I'm just letting you know. But I might be wrong. This might be the 1%, MJ. Might be the
Who done
1%.
kicked Sharon off his own panel?
I don't know, but you know what they say. If Sharon gone, it's time to end them shows. MJ, any final words?
Wait, did somebody snipe?
Go ahead, Shadow.
Wait, did Sharon get sniped?
No, he didn't get swiped. Go ahead, Shadow, make your statement.
I didn't say nothing. There was nothing I got to say.
Okay, yeah. show.
Wait, I think I'm going through a bad patch. What'd you say?
He's going back. He's gonna come back. Just give him a couple of minutes. He probably just got
No,
knocked out for a little bit.
You gotta say your final words for the clip, MJ.
What? My final words?
Yeah, what be your final words?
Spend that shit.
On me. MJ, you supposed to say, bye, y'all. I miss PhD. Y'all miss PhD?
Every day.
Hey, PhD used to be on the head shop.
Hey, MJD, y'all's characters are officially done.
What?
Y'all's characters are officially done. I finally I'm adding them to the book. When I
Adding
write
what?
Characters. Our characters are officially done. That's what you said.
Our characters. Not, what are you doing? Making a comic book? What the hell?
No. Well, MJ, you didn't
No,
hear.
he's writing an actual book.
I got a publisher book.
Oh, that's nice.
He writing a
Congrats.
book.
That's great. That's great.
You
Congrats to
inspired
you.
me. I wrote a book too, Shadow. I wrote a book on vacation.
Oh shit! Like the full book?
You heard me? Full book.
That's fire.
And I'm not even a writer. That was God.
Nothing wrong with being. Let me.